Presentation of the Tar Heels Sports Network. This is the Tar Heels Sports Network from Learfield, and Carolina basketball is on the air. This is the Bojangles Countdown to Tip-Off Show. Bojangles, it's Bo time. Now, here's your host, Dave Nathan.
Sunday afternoon basketball for a change, and it is ACC season here in the early stages of December. Welcome to Countdown to Tip-Off. 30 minutes worth of Carolina basketball conversation leading you up to the Reed's Jewelers pregame show and then the tip-off at 3 o'clock between Carolina and Georgia Tech. The site is Atlanta and McCamish Pavilion, the venue between these two teams, trying to start off 1-0 to begin conference play. We've got comments from head coach Hubert Davis coming up in our second segment before a look at the North Carolina Farm Bureau's scoreboard. Not just college basketball today, but it's an NFL Sunday. Also, the CFP rankings have been revealed, and maybe, just maybe, we can give you a glimpse into what some of the other bowl games will look like, especially in terms of Carolina, where the Tar Heels might be spending the latter stages of December. But right now, let's go to Atlanta. Eric Montross will be spending the afternoon with us. He and Jones will have the call of today's game. And big fella, we played a little word association with Carolina and Michigan the other day, and I think most people would associate Michigan with title. Let me ask you this. What do you associate Atlanta with?
Traffic. No, it's, I think Carolina comes in here today, of course, arriving last night and for an afternoon game against a team that has got some real weapons. Certainly when you look at Michael Devoe leading the nation in scoring, and they assist the ball well. They have a very short rotation, very similar to Carolina, with just 7 players playing 21 or more minutes. And they're a team that can adapt. They're a team that offensively and defensively can throw some different looks at you, Dave. And also Carolina has not performed well here over the past couple of trips down. So not that any of that will really be a carryover as far as past performances. However, this Carolina team, really showed us what they could be against Michigan, who we think is probably not at the caliber where Purdue is, but certainly in the ballpark for Tennessee. And that was such a disappointing loss that what we see now with Carolina is that there is some real upside, and Hubert Davis had been in their face for the 8 days preceding that Michigan game. And there was a translation into on-court performance. So I think it gives Carolina fans, staff, and players some hope right now, because it was looking dark, even if just for a few days.
Yeah, and to get back to Purdue for just a second, I don't know if you have meandered around the interwebs as I have, Eric, over the last few days, but there are a lot of people across the national landscape that think Purdue is the number one overall team right now in college basketball. So it remains to be seen if the Tar Heels will face another team the caliber of Purdue. But to get a taste of something like that early, not that things are going to get any easier, but you see where the bar is.
Well, and I think you see what their team's comprised of. They had an interior post presence, they had a perimeter presence, they had good defense, and all those things are things that you don't expect to be perfect early in the year, but you like to be tested. And historically, that has worked out well for Carolina to have those kind of early season tests against good teams. It doesn't do a lot for your preseason ranking or early season ranking, but who cares? I mean, it's really about what happens at the end. The thing that it did expose was really some inadequacies in how Carolina was playing, mostly on defense. But I think also on offense as well. I think there was a lot of added enthusiasm in Carolina's performance on both ends of the court, and that was evident that was needed. And so we're seeing more life out of the Heels, and certainly Purdue kind of gave a glimpse, as you said, as to where the bar is right now for college basketball.
That's Eric Montross joining us here on Countdown to Tip-Off as we get ready for Carolina and Georgia Tech. Tip-off 3 o'clock from Atlanta. The Reed's Jewelers pregame show begins at the top of the hour. Big fella, let me ask you another question here in the vein of Georgia Tech lost Jose Alvarado and Moses Wright. I mean, as good of players as there have been in the ACC as a tandem last year maybe. You were on teams that lost guys like Rick Fox and King Rice and Pete Chilcutt one year, and then Hubert Davis the next. and then
That's
George
right.
Lynch the year after that. I mean, every year you guys lost somebody that was so important to the program. When you start out early on in the next year, do you think everybody else is forced to raise their level of play to make up for what you had the previous season?
No, Dave, what you're hoping is that that's the normal matriculation of a team, that as your seniors graduate, that you hope that there are young players who have been paying attention to what those players have done to be successful, and that they've been learning the lessons that have been taught by the coaches and by their opponents on ways for them to be better performers. And so I think that what we're seeing is not so much a new math. It's just that we're seeing younger players being called on earlier to play like seniors. And so I think that right now Georgia Tech has brought in a lot of grad transfers, but they've also, Josh Pastner has made sure that his team had some guys in the offing that were ready to move up. And I think that that's something that we've seen out of Georgia Tech, we've seen out of Carolina, we've seen out of other teams around the country, that that's the ideal scenario.
Did the Michigan game fall at a good time for Carolina in that once you step into conference play, the ante is up, so to speak? You go from a game that was so intense midweek into another game that's going to be just as intense on Sunday. Does that help Carolina moving forward into the league portion of the schedule?
I think that, in my opinion, whenever you get to play high-quality teams, high-quality opponents, and individual players who test you as an individual player, I think that's really important. I think that you don't always have to win, but you have to be able to, as we've talked about, get a bit of a litmus test as to where you stack up on things and in different categories, whether it's offensively, defensively, team, individual. All of those things are exceptionally important, and I think that that's something that Carolina can really benefit from. The other thing is that Carolina needed a high-quality opponent to play against, and looking back, to win, to show that they had improved. And I think that you can play an opponent that's not as talented, and you can get away with making some mistakes. And I don't think that, like I said just a moment ago, I don't think Michigan is at their top of their game right now. But I think that they're the type of opponent, physical enough, athletic enough, that you have to play well, and you have to really bounce back if you're going to win that game, and to win so decisively, and to win the way that they did. An early 33 points, I think, in the first half for Carolina, but then to come back in the second half and have a real offensive explosion, while at the same time having your defense play exceptionally well and lock down and create some of that offense for you. Those are all things that I think were really good to see against a high-caliber Big Ten opponent.
Yeah, defense was the headliner in that one. We'll see what, if any, headlines Carolina can make after this one. Eric, always appreciate the time, and if anybody else out there wants to hear more from Eric, again, about a 20-minute wait before the Reed Steelers pregame show lifts off. Until then, Eric, load management, I guess, is the word of the day here, huh? Take 20 minutes rest, and we'll talk to you in a little bit.
That's right, and Dave, the only thing I will add is that the other thing that Carolina did so well was they limited turnovers against Michigan, and they only had 6 in that game. And those are the things that don't make the headlines, but those are the things that really help you in a big way to win the game. So we'll look forward to seeing you here in about 20 minutes, Dave, or hearing you again, and or being with us on the full pregame show with Jones.
All right, let's do it. That's Eric Montross. Countdown to tip-off. Time for a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll check in with the head coach of the Tar Heels, Hubert Davis, on a variety of subjects. So stay right there. We are back in mere moments. Countdown to tip-off, a special Sunday edition from Learfield.
Welcome back, Tar Heels. As North Carolina goes back to school, work, and play, let Janney King ensure your facility is properly clean and disinfected for your employees, students, and customers. For schools, food services, hospitals, and office buildings, call Janney King of Raleigh-Durham at 919-852-1555. That's 919-852-1555. Or go to JanneyKingRDU.com. Janney King, the king of clean.
When you're getting ready for the big game, make sure you have plenty of Hampton Farms peanuts on hand. Hampton Farms is based in North Carolina, just like the Tar Heels, and they specialize in producing only the highest quality, fresh roasted, in-the-shell peanuts and snacks. In addition, peanuts are one of the healthiest snacks around. They are naturally low in carbs and high in protein. So before the next game, head to your favorite store's produce department and grab a bag of Hampton Farms in-the-shell peanuts, the official peanuts of the Tar Heels.
It's bow time. Sometimes the holiday season is your busy season. You gotta get a tree, decorate the tree, stop your 8-year-old from climbing the tree, buy presents, wrap presents, return presents, hog-tie some garland, hunt down those decorative pine cones, and take in the warm glow of red and green traffic lights. Mostly red. Why not drop a big bow box on it? Because with a sleigh full of boneless or bone-in chicken, biscuits, fixins, and tea, if it's Christmas time, it's bow time.
And we're back with breaking news. The new Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. With an improved taste and 0 calories, the new Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan. So make sure you... Jim. Jim. We're on the air.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first.
Hey, Carolina family, this is head football coach Mac Brown. As official sponsor of Carolina Athletics, Wells Fargo understands being a Tar Heel means there's no off-season. With a Wells Fargo Tar Heels debit card, you can show off your Carolina pride no matter where you are. It's your colors, your team, your card. Visit wellsfargo.com and search Card Design Studio to learn more.
Copyright 2021 Wells Fargo Bank N.A. All rights reserved.
On the inside, a Honda is comfortable, technologically advanced, and loaded with next-gen features. But on the outside, a Honda is fuel-efficient, powerful, and stylish. Like the versatile HR-V, the 8-passenger Pilot, or a turbocharged Civic. No matter what kind of car you need, Honda has it. Because inside and outside, a Honda is the total package. Hurry, they're selling fast. Now at your Honda dealer of the Carolinas.
Whether you're in the stands, waiting for the Tar Heels to tip off, or faithfully tuning in as you hit the road, Marathon has the fuel to keep your engine running at peak performance because you never know where life is going to take you. This is Countdown to Tip-Off. On a Sunday afternoon, the Tar Heels in Atlanta to take on Georgia Tech. Dave Nathan with you from our Tar Heel Sports Network studios in the Triangle. And I'll be with you until 2 o'clock when the Reed's Jewelers pregame show takes over the airwaves. We just heard from Eric Montross. He and Jones will have the call of this afternoon's contest. Hubert Davis will be on the sidelines for his first ACC game as Carolina's head coach, and he had some thoughts when he met the media earlier this week on playing these conference games in the month of December.
I love the opportunity to play a game against a quality opponent, and that's what Georgia Tech is. You know, we get an opportunity to play a conference game on the road against a really good Georgia Tech team, and it's always been fun, competitive games against Georgia Tech, especially on their home floor. Probably the only thing in regards to the scheduling that I wish that it would be different. I wish that, you know, our players weren't in the middle of finals. Today is the first day of finals, and so they have that for a week and a half. And, you know, the name under each one of our players' names, it's called student athlete. And so, and student is first. And so having a game and a conference game in the middle of finals for a student athlete, I just wish that it was scheduled at a different time.
That's Coach Davis speaking on Friday about the world of academics and athletics colliding here in early December as the Tar Heels prepare to take on Georgia Tech today in ACC play. With finals, Carolina is off for the better part of the next week before hosting Elon at 8 o'clock on Saturday the 11th. It's kind of a stilted schedule here in the month of December, but the Tar Heels will get in a couple of ACC games with Virginia Tech at the back of the month on the 29th, mixed in between Appalachian State, Furman, Elon, as we mentioned, at home, and then there's the UCLA matchup at 3 o'clock on Saturday the 18th. So a lot to get to here in the month of December. It starts with ACC play here today against Georgia Tech, and it follows a big game against Michigan where the Tar Heels really handled the Wolverines in the ACC Big Ten Challenge on Wednesday night. You might be wondering what Coach Davis's message to his team was following that win.
In order to validate a win, you have to play as well, and you have to win the next game. And so in terms of, validating our effort and our attention to detail and how well we played on both ends of the floor, you validate that by the way that you play against Georgia Tech. After the Georgia Tech game, you validate yourself by the next game. And so that's the message that I spoke to the team after the game on Wednesday, and I will continue to send that message through the next couple days leading up to Georgia Tech on Sunday.
That's Coach Davis on the post-Michigan message heading into conference play here today against Georgia Tech. And Carolina fans, this basketball season, you can come try made-to-order burgers, pulled pork barbecue, and more from Backyard Bistro. You can find them in the Smith Center concession area. It is hellaciously good. Back to Coach Davis and to shine the spotlight on today's game, a quick look here from the head coach on Georgia Tech.
Well, they've beaten us the last couple of years because they've been very good. They've been extremely talented. I mean, when you're talking about, Moses and Alvarado and Usher and Devoe, those are big-time, unbelievable college players and also NBA players. So, the reason that it's been tough in competitive games, specifically the last two times against Georgia Tech, is because they've been really good. They've been great defensively. They change up. They keep you off balance on the offensive end because they change your defense on multiple possessions, whether they're playing a zone or a matchup zone or man-to-man. And then on the offensive end, they have tremendous movement. They have a lot of Princeton-style offense where everybody is cutting, everybody is moving, and when you have gifted offensive players that can shoot the ball from the outside, that poses problems for you. But we're pretty good too. And I'm really excited about playing against Georgia Tech because they're a great team, and it's going to give us an opportunity to compete against an outstanding program.
Coach Davis and the Tar Heels get that opportunity against the Jackets today at 3 in Atlanta. As we've got one more clip here from the head coach of the Tar Heels, Caleb Love has gotten off to a pretty good start here in his sophomore campaign. He's hit for 22 points on 3 separate occasions, and he had such an efficient game against Michigan on Wednesday, hitting from inside, outside, playing solid defense, and helping the Tar Heels to that impressive win over the Wolverines. Coach Davis took some time out from his press conference on Friday to discuss the talented sophomore.
Caleb has gotten so much better from last year to this year in so many different areas. Against Michigan, I was so pleased and so excited and happy for everybody to see the development of Caleb and how much he's grown on both ends of the floor. You can see that his ability to be able to score. He can create a shot anytime he wants to on the offensive end, but he can also create a shot for his teammates. His passing has gotten so much better. His decision-making, I think he's the only player on our team that has a 2-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio, and he's doing a terrific job of taking care of the basketball. And I think he really likes to challenge defensively against the top wing players on the opposing team. The job that he did against Eli Brooks and the minutes that he was playing, I was very proud of him. That's something that we expect and require of him every day at practice and every day in the game. And I was very happy and excited for everyone to be able to see what I've been seeing every day at practice.
And that is Carolina basketball coach Hubert Davis here on Countdown to Tip-Off. Another quick timeout and a look at the North Carolina Farm Bureau scoreboard when we come back. It's a busy day of NFL action in pro football. The CFP rankings have just been revealed. We'll let you know who the Final Four will be in college football's postseason this year, and if there's any late-breaking bowl activity concerning the Tar Heels or anybody else around the ACC, we'll let you know as soon as we can. Countdown to tip-off. We're back in a moment from Learfield.
It's bow time. Sometimes the holiday season is your busy season. You gotta get a tree, decorate the tree, stop your 8-year-old from climbing the tree, buy presents, wrap presents, return presents, hog tie some garland, hunt down those decorative pine cones, and take in the warm glow of red and green traffic lights. mostly red. Why not drop a big bow box on it? Because with a sleigh full of boneless or bone-in chicken, biscuits, fixins, and tea, if it's Christmas time, it's bow time.
Welcome back, Tar Heels. As North Carolina goes back to school, work, and play, let Janet King ensure your facilities properly clean and disinfected for your employees, students, and customers. For schools, food services, hospitals, and office buildings, call Janet King of Raleigh-Durham at 919-852-1555. That's 919-852-1555. Or go to janetkingrdu.com. Janet King, the king of clean.
When you're getting ready for the big game, make sure you have plenty of Hampton Farms peanuts on hand. Hampton Farms is based in North Carolina, just like the Tar Heels, and they specialize in producing only the highest quality, fresh roasted, in-the-shell peanuts and snacks. In addition, peanuts are one of the healthiest snacks around. They are naturally low in carbs and high in protein. So before the next game, head to your favorite store's produce department and grab a bag of Hampton Farms in-the-shell peanuts, the official peanuts of the Tar Heels.
This is Carolina basketball from Learfield.
When the holidays really get going, I keep up with Dunkin's new Pancake Minis. 6 fluffy and delicious pancakes served with dipping syrup, packed and ready to go. During traffic, in the middle of shopping, even while making a costume for the holiday play. This season, I've got Pancake Minis to take on the holidays, wherever they take me, and a creamy white mocha hot chocolate to sweeten the season. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. Exclusions apply.
It's a new season. Get ready for more men's and women's college sports excellence. Trophies will be awarded in June to schools who take the top spot in the 2021-22 Learfield Directors Cup. The premier award recognizes one winning institution in all competitive divisions. Follow your favorite team's progress as seasonal standings are announced at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at directorscup.org. The crowning achievement in college athletics.
UNC Tar Heels basketball is on Valley Sports South, your home for ACC hoops.
Score the basket.
Be sure to catch some of the biggest ACC matchups of the season live as the Tar Heels clash with the best of the best in the ACC and across the country. From Tobacco Road and beyond, UNC hoops action on Valley Sports is nothing but net. On target. Watch or stream live on Valley Sports South and the Valley Sports app, your home for ACC basketball.
Countdown to tip-off continues on a Sunday afternoon. Hope you're enjoying yours. Carolina in Atlanta to take on Georgia Tech this afternoon at 3 o'clock. The Reed's Jewelers pregame show, by the way, is right around the corner at 2. Jones Angel, Eric Montross, Adam Lucas, Ben Alexander, all on scene at McCamish Pavilion. John Essick working behind the scenes to push all the right buttons. And you've got me, Dave Nathan, again in studio in the Triangle. We've checked in with Eric Montross. You've heard from Hubert Davis, so what else might there be? Well, that's a great question. Glad you asked. We've got to look at the North Carolina Farm Bureau's scoreboard right now. Helping you is what they do best. Carolina and Georgia Tech, the only ACC matchup today, and the only top 25 game in college basketball is number 5 UCLA and Washington. That'll also tip at 3 o'clock. Outside of that, there is a bunch of activity in college football right now. The Cfp Rankings just released earlier this afternoon. Alabama with its thumping of Georgia yesterday in the SEC Championship, the top team heading into the postseason. Alabama to face number 4 Cincinnati. Group of 5 team makes the CFP for the first time. The number 2 seed, Michigan. The Wolverines stormed through the final portion of the regular season, beating Ohio State, and then take care of Iowa yesterday in the Big Ten title game. Michigan's reward for all that hard work, Georgia, finishing number 3 in the CFP rankings. The only loss was yesterday to Alabama. So one semifinal, Alabama-Cincinnati. The other semifinal, Michigan-Georgia. The first 2 teams on the outside looking in. Notre Dame finishes 5th, and Ohio State finishes 6th. If there are other bowl games that are announced before our time expires here, either on Countdown to Tip-Off or during the Reed's Jewelers pregame show or even during postgame, we'll try to bring you those announcements as fast as they come because the news is coming fast and furious here today, not just on the field of play but off the field. It appears that Oklahoma is zeroing in on Clemson defensive coordinator Brent Venables to be its new head coach. Venables had spent time with OU before he got to the ACC and with Clemson, and so we'll see if a deal is able to be finalized between those two before the end of the day. To pro football, the Carolina Panthers are off, but news still abounds from the Queen City. The Panthers have parted ways with offensive coordinator Joe Brady after a 5-7 start. And on the field of play, well, there's a lot to get to with some of these 1 o'clock games already nearing halftime. Midway through the second quarter, Tampa Bay leads Atlanta 13-10. The Arizona Cardinals doubling up the Bears 14-7 with 6:20 to play before intermission. Still early on in the second quarter, the Chargers lead the Bengals 16-zip. 11:08 to play in the second quarter. The Lions 7, the Vikings 6. Giants and Dolphins tied at 3 midway through the second quarter. The Eagles and Jets are matched up. And how about this score? 18-14 Jets, 9:22 left to play before halftime. The Colts shutting out the Texans 7-zip early on in the second quarter. And then there's your 4 o'clock games with Washington at the Raiders. The Jaguars take on the Rams. The Ravens are at the Steelers. The Niners go to Seattle. And Sunday Night Football sees the Broncos at the Chiefs in Kansas City. Great googly moogly. Thursday Night Football saw the Cowboys beat the Saints 27-17. So you're caught up now on the North Carolina Farm Bureau scoreboard. Helping you is what they do best. Our game, Carolina at Georgia Tech, set to tip off in just over 1 hour's time. A big thank you to Eric Montross, Hubert Davis, and you for your listenership and participation. We'll take a final break, and then it's the Reed's Jewelers pregame show right around the corner. Carolina and Georgia Tech trying to get ACC play off to a good start. We'll see what's in store for both the Tar Heels and Yellow Jackets. Again, this has been Countdown to Tip-Off on a Sunday afternoon from Learfield.
Welcome back, Tar Heels. As North Carolina goes back to school, work, and play, let Jani King ensure your facility is properly clean and disinfected for your employees, students, and customers. For schools, food services, hospitals, and office buildings, call Jani King of Raleigh-Durham at 919-852-1555. That's 919-852-1555. Or go to JaniKingRDU.com. Jani King, the king of clean.
From the mountains to the coast, 2.5 million North Carolinians are members of an electric cooperative. As a co-op member, you're part of exciting efforts to build a brighter future in the Tar Heel State through innovative energy programs that make the electric grid more efficient and sustainable. Plus, you're supporting local communities by empowering tomorrow's leaders. Learn more at ncelectriccooperatives.com/brighter.
The perfect tailgate. All you need are your friends and the 2021 Ford F-150 with the available Pro Power onboard. It's like a mobile generator to power your tailgate all game long. It's this tradition of toughness and innovation that's made Ford F-Series America's best-selling truck 44 years straight and counting. Make your game day traditions bigger and better season after season. Check out the 2021 Ford F-150 at your Carolina Ford dealer. Based on 1977 through 2020 calendar year total sales.
Harris Teeter has partnered with UNC, NC State, Wake Forest, and Duke to bring you the Big Four Grocery Assist Sweepstakes. Each week a contestant is chosen, and they win $5 in free groceries for every assist by a Big Four school that week. Plus, one grand prize winner will be selected for the Big Four VIP shoot-around prize package. Invite up to 20 friends and family for a private scrimmage at the Big Four school of your choice. Visit HarrisTeeter.com and look for the Grocery Assist Sweepstakes section to enter. Harris Teeter, where Tar Heel fans love to shop.
Hey, Carolina fans, the holidays are here. Are you trying to find the perfect gift for the Tar Heel in your life? No matter their age, child to adult, you can give the gift of membership with a Rams Club, Student Rams Club, or Carolina Kids Club membership. Starting at just $25, your membership directly impacts the student athletes you cheer for on the field, on the court, or in competition. Please visit ramsclub.com/gift for more information.
It's bow time. Sometimes the holiday season is your busy season. You gotta get a tree, decorate the tree, stop your 8-year-old from climbing the tree, buy presents, wrap presents, return presents, hog tie some garland, hunt down those decorative pine cones, and take in the warm glow of red and green traffic lights. mostly red. Why not drop a big bow box on it? Because with a sleigh full of boneless or bone-in chicken, biscuits, fixins, and tea, if it's Christmas time, it's bow time.
Oh, my God. It's a three-pointer. Carolina wins it. The Tar Heels win it. The following is a presentation of the Tar Heels Sports Network.
For the third time in 6 years, Carolina is making a December visit to Atlanta for an early conference game against Georgia Tech. Unfortunately, neither of the two previous trips ended the way Carolina wanted, resulting in an early ACC defeat. But Carolina, coming off a terrific performance on Wednesday against Michigan and in a prime letdown spot on a Sunday afternoon, is looking to avoid another lackluster effort in Atlanta today. The Tar Heels Sports Network's coverage of the 97th meeting between Carolina and Georgia Tech starts right now.
The foundation is set here at Carolina.
In dominant fashion tonight in the Smith Center.
And the way that we will play
goes back up and scores.
Will be the Carolina way.
Here comes Carolina. Quick three. Got it! Walton, right corner. Three, nothing but net. RJ from the right wing. Heels up 11. Love finds Baycott at the free throw line. Goes right down the lane. Gets the scoop and the homer. Black out to Love for three. Yes! Caleb, the triple. Davis, one-on-one with Couture, is going to go up, get the bucket, and draw the foul. Hey there, young fella. What a tough pass to Love. His scoop shot won't go, but there's Baycott to clean it up. Behind the back dribble, and he'll take it himself. Has his shot pinned against the glass. Back to Caleb for the tomahawk. Hello.
The Tar Heels.
There's the horn, and Carolina sweeps the regular season series.
Are here.
Let's go.
After its biggest win of the season, Carolina takes the giant leap into conference play this afternoon in Atlanta against Georgia Tech. Jones Angel have the call of today's contest.
Yeah, Dave, Carolina played, I think, its best game of the young season on Wednesday against Michigan, and now they're looking to validate that effort this afternoon in a place which has been difficult, Atlanta against Georgia Tech. Eric Montross, former All-America center for Carolina and a member of the 1993 National Championship team.
Well, Carolina coming off the important and exceptionally well-played game versus Michigan faces a Georgia Tech team this afternoon that has a talented rotation of players that's as short as their own, with two of the Yellow Jacket players, Michael Devoe and Jordan Usher, playing almost the entire game. This unselfish Tech team has assisted on 57% of their made field goals, and they rebound well, primarily from their guard positions, making it essential for Carolina to anticipate this aggressiveness in order to prevent rebounds, but also in order to prevent picking up fouls. Carolina has their own fair share of strengths for Tech to counter, though. 5 players averaging in double figures, and the team is shooting over 41% from deep. Last game versus Michigan gave Carolina team and fans a glimpse of what this Tar Heel team could be. Now, entering all-important league play, the challenge is to make it their standard of play versus the exception.
We've got all those storylines on the Reach Jewelers pregame show, plus Antoine Jamison reflects on his time at Carolina. We'll bring you interviews with head coaches Hubert Davis and Josh Pastner. Eric Montross and Adam Lucas answer your questions about the Tar Heels, and we'll check on scores from around the country, too. All of that and more is coming up as we count you down to tip-off between the Tar Heels and Yellow Jackets from McCamish Pavilion in Atlanta. This is Carolina basketball from Lear Field.
On the inside, a Honda is comfortable, technologically advanced, and loaded with next-gen features. But on the outside, a Honda is fuel-efficient, powerful, and stylish. Like the versatile HR-V, the 8-passenger Pilot, or a turbocharged Civic. No matter what kind of car you need, Honda has it. Because inside and outside, a Honda is the total package. Hurry, they're selling fast. Now at your Honda dealer of the Carolinas.
From star athletes to super fans, UNC Health is dedicated to caring for champions of all kinds. For you, the latest advancements and our greatest expertise are always in play to deliver personalized care with the utmost compassion. It's the kind of care that keeps champions like you and your family in the game when it matters the most. See our lineup at unchealthcare.org/sports.
This is Jones Angel, voice of the Tar Heels. And as a parent, I know nothing is more important than the safety of our children. More than 22% of teen-involved crashes per year in North Carolina are the result of distracted driving. Help protect our teenage drivers by ensuring they practice safe driving habits and avoid distracted driving. Always encourage your teens to put down the phone while driving and lead by example. Let's have a hands-free NC. Brought to you by Trusted Choice Independent Insurance Agents of North Carolina. Learn more at trustedchoice.com/Go Heels.
At Smith Drugs of Forest City, we are continue to offer the COVID-19 rapid testing and the COVID-19 vaccinations. Please call our pharmacy at 828-245-4591 with any questions or concerns that you may have. You may also visit our website at smithsdrugsfc.com and schedule your COVID rapid 19 test or your vaccination. Again, if you have any questions, please call our pharmacy at 828-245-4591.
It's that time again, time to get the flu vaccines. And Smith's Drugs in Forest City has the flu vaccinations available. Walk-ins Monday through Friday and Saturdays by appointment. And Smith's Drug is asking all their Dream Station and System 1 CPAP customers to call if you need any help with registering your recalled devices. Just call the Home Medical Department for any help or with questions at 828-245-4591. And Smith's Drugs has the Moderna and Pfizer initial shots and the boosters. They also have the flu vaccines, and November is Diabetes Month. Get 10% off diabetic socks for the month of November at Smith's Drugs of Forest City. There are so many insurance agencies here and there, but to find a dependable agency that you can trust, that would be Maxwell B. Hamrick Insurance Agency. They are your full-service agency offering auto, business, homeowners, health, and life. Maxwell B. Hamrick is an independent insurance agent. Call them today at 286-2384. They care about their customers, and it shows. They're located at 119 Huntley Street in Spindale. Maxwell B. Hamrick Insurance Agency, serving one satisfied customer at a time.
Inside or outside, a Honda is the total package. Hurry, they're selling fast. See your Honda dealer of the Carolinas. Carolina Basketball is brought to you by Hunt Brothers Pizza, the official pizza of Carolina Athletics. This is the Reed's Jewelers pregame show.
While we're still early, and very early, in a new era of Carolina basketball, Wednesday night felt like the good old days. The Smith Center was packed. A high-profile opponent was in town. Some of the best players to ever play at Carolina were in attendance, and this year's team didn't disappoint. Jones, whatever concerns there were through 6 games were washed away in what was a dominant 72-51 win over Michigan. And for the first time this season, I think we all got a glimpse of what this team can be.
Yeah, it's a good point, Dave, and I would caution everybody not that you don't want to get too high after a great win, just like you don't want to get too low after a difficult loss, which Carolina certainly had one of those against Tennessee a couple of weeks ago. And so, but Eric, I think Dave's point is a good one in that you did see what this team can be. And we talked about it a little bit before that Michigan game, of the fact that Carolina's offense had been relatively consistent through the first, at that point, 6 games of the season. But, of course, it had been the defense that had not been as consistent. What I think you saw on Wednesday night was what Carolina can be like when both things are competing at a high level, and that's pretty darn formidable. And so the Tar Heels were able to shoot the ball really well in the second half, from inside and out. But it was that defense that really helped them stay in the game early and then eventually pull away from the Wolverines as they moved along through that second 20 minutes.
Well, I think you're right. I think the defense contributed so much to the success of the offense, and you limited your own turnovers so that Michigan didn't have an opportunity for runouts, which really allowed Carolina to force the issue, continuing to try to have them make contested shots, which they were not doing. And you got Michigan into foul trouble, took Dickinson out of the game. Carolina, I think, certainly has room for improvement. But the great news is that what we saw was that commitment to the energy, not just energy for the sake of having energy, but directed energy in the right way, in the right method to shut down a drive, to shut down a pick and roll, to shut down a guy when you know what's coming and you needed some assistance. You got that assistance from your teammate. Those were all things that had been lacking, and it may not be, it's a as we like to say early in the season, it's a small sample size. This one really small because it was one game that we've seen, but that did give us an idea of what Carolina can do from an energy standpoint, and then we would expect them to hone those aspects of the game that look so good because of that high energy versus Michigan.
As big as the win was against the Wolverines, I think you can all make an argument that this afternoon's game might be more important given the fact that conference play begins in a place where it feels like it's about as unforgiving a place as there is on the map, Jones, and that's Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah, and I don't disagree with you, Dave. I do think it kind of feels that way, but honestly, Carolina has been relatively successful here in Atlanta. Their last couple of trips when they have gone early in the season, and I referenced it in my opening comments, have not gone well. Played here on December 31st in 2016-17 season, lost that game, and then, had a 8-point lead last year with about 7 minutes left here in Atlanta and let that slip away. Really didn't play well over the final couple minutes and let that game slip away. And, Eric, I think it is more the fact that it is a conference game. It is on the road. It's an odd time with it being Sunday at 3 o'clock. So it does feel like there is the possibility of being a little sleepy in this game and having a bit of a letdown, particularly when you come on the heels of that really good performance on Wednesday. And so I know Coach Davis and his staff, that has been at the top of the discussion since they got together on Friday and then Saturday and then came here last night, is validate. That's the term that Coach Davis has continued to use. Validate your performance against Michigan by having another quality performance today.
And not to short sell, you mentioned it, not to short sell the impact of a road conference game and a road conference win if you can get out of here with a win, because let's just face it, throughout the conference they are few and far between. It is for those of us who haven't, you think about how COVID affected in the coverage or whether it was the actually being at games, it's easy to forget just how tough this conference is, and it doesn't matter if you're in Atlanta or Boston or Louisville or Durham or up in Charlottesville. You're going to have a really tough contest, and so this is high-level competition. Dave talked to me earlier before this pregame started. We were talking about how important it was, or was it important, to play a high-caliber opponents early in the season. This is why it's so important, because all of a sudden you're going to step it up and you're going to be up against physical bodies, athletic players, talented players, skilled players who are well coached, and that's what you get in the ACC, and it's why you have such an opportunity to get off to an early season great start, particularly going into the holidays when there just aren't a lot of ACC games going on.
And I do think, Dave, just two other quick things. One, it is also worth remembering that this is during the exam break for Carolina, so that's just another little wrinkle that is involved in the difficulty of this trip. Tar Heels will not play again until Saturday. That is a home game against Elon. So this is an unusual time of the year just due to exams. And then also, I do think the game at Charleston can help you in this game today, because this won't be the first time that the Tar Heels have been in front of a hostile crowd, although there will be a lot of Tar Heel fans here. There always are when the Heels come to Atlanta, but it won't be the first time that they've been in front of a loud, hostile crowd. That doesn't guarantee success, but it should at least allow Carolina to have a bank of experience to think back on as it moves through the action today.
Closing thought on the Breakthrough Physical Therapy Injury Report. You can visit them online at breakthrough-pt.com. We all saw that Puff Johnson was in a walking boot on Wednesday, wasn't able to play against Michigan. Jones, Eric, you guys are on scene in Atlanta. Is anything else happening in front of you that's worth mentioning?
No, Puff is here but not dressed out. In fact, he just walked right past us as he was following the rest of his teammates back into the locker room area after a pregame session of shooting and warming up, stretching. So Puff is here but not available, not dressed out this afternoon.
All right, it's Carolina on the road at Georgia Tech, and we'll take a good look at the Yellow Jackets when we come back to the Reed's Jewelers pregame show from Learfield.
It's not for everyone, only for you. The medication your doctor prescribes is exclusively yours to take as directed. Nobody else should be taking it. It's up to you to keep your medications secure and to safely dispose of any unused medications. Don't let anyone take what's yours. Your prescription, your responsibility. Be aware, don't share. Lock your meds.
Supported by NCDHHS, Division of Mental Health, Developmental Disabilities, and Substance Abuse Services. Visit lockyourmeds.org/NC.
The perfect tailgate. All you need are your friends and the 2021 Ford F-150 with the available Pro Power onboard. It's like a mobile generator to power your tailgate all game long. It's this tradition of toughness and innovation that's made Ford F-Series America's best-selling truck 44 years straight and counting. Make your game day traditions bigger and better season after season. Check out the 2021 Ford F-150 at your Carolina Ford dealer. Based on 1977 through 2020 calendar year total sales.
And we're back with breaking news. The new Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. With an improved taste and 0 calories, the new Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan. So make sure you... Jim. Jim. We're on the air.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first.
This is Carolina basketball from Learfield.
Whether it's 12 miles to the Pee Wee football comeback of a lifetime, 80 miles to your first hole-in-one, or more like 8 shots to the first hole. Whether it's 240 back road miles to sleeping under the stars, or just a few blocks to the grocery store, Marathon has the fuel to keep your engine running at peak performance. Because you never know where life is going to take you. For quality fuel through every mile, fill up at Marathon.
It's a new season. Get ready for more men's and women's college sports excellence. Trophies will be awarded in June to schools who take the top spot in the 2021-22 Learfield Directors Cup. The premier award recognizes one winning institution in all competitive divisions. Follow your favorite team's progress as seasonal standings are announced at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at directorscup.org. The crowning achievement in college athletics.
Window World, America's largest exterior remodeler and a proud partner of UNC, provides exceptional quality windows, siding, doors, and more. They're headquartered right here in North Carolina and have enhanced over 100,000 homes across 30 counties for over 25 years. Improving your largest investment with energy efficiency products and creating amazing curb appeal is what they do best. From Raleigh-Durham to Rocky Mount, down to Fayetteville and beyond. Call, click, or visit Window World, a proud partner of Carolina Athletics, today.
Hey, Carolina fans, this basketball season, you can come try made-to-order burgers, pulled pork barbecue, and more from Backyard Bistro. You can find them in the Smith Center concession area. It's hellaciously good. Dave Nathan welcoming you back to the Reed's Jewelers pregame show. The Tar Heels in Atlanta and taking on Georgia Tech. The Jackets, meanwhile, at 5-2 on the season, have the same record as the Tar Heels, and maybe some similar expectations. This is a bunch coming off its first ACC tournament title since 1993, and while there are some big players who drove that engine last year that are now gone, Jones, you've got some other guys that have really stepped up and have become big-time players in this league.
Yeah, and a couple of those guys, Jose Alvarado, Moses Wright, and who was ACC Player of the Year a year ago, those guys are gone after a terrific 2020 that got Tech to the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2011. They won the ACC tournament championship for the first time since 1993, so they were able to achieve some really good things in that 2020-2021 season. Now, to your point, there are still some carryovers from that team, most notably Michael Devoe, who I know we're going to talk a bunch about, but also Jordan Usher, who used that COVID year, so he is one of the super seniors to use the extra season of eligibility. Bubba Parham, who was a starter for them last year, he is back as well, has not been able to play yet this season due to a knee injury and is not expected to play today, but will be available at some point this season. So those are two key guys that Georgia Tech had return using that extra year of eligibility. But, Eric, it's really Devoe that is the headliner for the Jackets, and why not? Leading the nation, not just the conference, the nation in scoring coming into the weekend. averaging 25 points per game. And it's not just the points, Eric. I mean, doing this long enough, you see guys who can score. To me, it's the efficiency of the points. He, in the last 3 games that he has played, and he did miss a game in there as he had a non-COVID-related illness, but in his last 3 games that he's played, he has 96 points on 54 field goal attempts. I mean, that's an incredible ratio. So not only is he scoring a ton, but he is doing it in a very efficient way. Clearly, he is on the top of any opponent for Georgia Tech's scouting report when they see the Jackets.
No, you're right. He's a dynamic player, and not only, you recall when you play against players like that, it's not just what that player does individually, it's what they do collectively for their team, because so much attention is put on them. And I think that's really the lesson for Carolina today, is you can't expect to keep Devoe quiet. He's going to score. The question is, how much does he score? Does he get to his season average of 25, or does he score 18 tonight, and do you make him earn it? Do you make him take 18 shots for those points? And then what happens to the rest of the team? Do you end up with a guy like Jordan Usher, who's averaging 14? Does he all of a sudden jump up to a 20-point score? Or does Khalid Moore jump up from a 4 to an 8? Who else makes the impact? And so you don't want to put all your energy and resources just into stopping one guy, because, no matter how good they are, and Devoe's really good, he's not going to beat you by himself.
Collectively, and we'll get away from the individuals here for just a second, fellas, the Tar Heels should have their hands full with at least a couple of things that Georgia Tech as a team does pretty well. That's defend the 3 and get on the offensive glass.
Yeah, honestly, Georgia Tech's strengths are similar, I think, to Carolina's strengths, at least here early in the season, and that is shooting the ball, just plain and simple. These are 2 teams that have shot at a high rate. They're almost identical. Carolina's at 48.3. Georgia Tech's at 48.2% through 7 games. They both have shot the three-pointer very well. Carolina's at 41.5%. That is 10th in the nation. Georgia Tech is at 40.7%. That is 16th in the nation. And then the rebounding, Eric, I think is an interesting total or an interesting discussion, because at Carolina's view and our view of seeing Carolina rebound is probably skewed a little bit because of how well Carolina has rebounded and how well they did in the Coach Williams era. And you feel like maybe the Heels have taken a step back. They're still first in the ACC, the Tar Heels, in rebounding margin. Georgia Tech is number 2 in that particular stat in the conference to this point. So these are 2 teams that have shot the ball well from inside and outside the arc and have rebounded the ball pretty darn well here early in the year, too.
I think also you look at the rebounding side of things, you're seeing it from the backcourt and the 3 position at Georgia Tech. You're seeing so many of their rebounds are coming together with their perimeter players. And what that does, why that's important for Carolina, is because your perimeter players, even though you would say, well, Carolina's perimeter players, think of Leaky Black as somebody who you want to go to the offensive glass. You think of him, you want him to go to the defensive glass. But it is not normal for perimeter players, for the 1, 2, and 3 to be thinking about offensive rebounding, defensive rebounding. And so what that means is that the defenders of the 1, 2, and 3 aren't used to thinking about it. Again, why is all that important? Because those guys can get into foul trouble trying to play catch-up. If you're a half step behind somebody who's trying to beat you to the offensive glass, you can pick up a foul. And because if you pick up a foul and you run a short rotation like Carolina does, you can have a chance to get yourself into a sticky situation. So I think there are a lot of trickle-down effects of the rebounding and the efficiencies of the rebounding that Georgia Tech has to offer.
The Tar Heels taking on Georgia Tech today in Atlanta. We've got to pause again for just a moment, but when we come back, Adam Lucas will join our broadcast. He and Eric will answer some of your Carolina questions. And Jones moves over to discuss things with Coach Davis in the Continental Tire Coaches Corner. This is the Reed's Jewelers pregame show from Learfield.
The MT1 Series tractor from LS is a powerhouse packed in a compact footprint, and it's now available with high-capacity loader attachment. This tractor loader package provides you everything you need to get the job done right. Visit your local dealer or check us out online at lstractorusa.com to experience the LS difference for yourself. Rules, restrictions, eligibility, and participation may apply.
If you want the nation's best auto insurer, Look no further than North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance, rated #1 in Crash Network's Insurer Report Card. We're the only insurer in the nation to receive an A+ rating from Auto Body Shops in 2020 and 2021. Our philosophy is simple. Be fair, be quick, be the best. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
North Carolina's 26 electric cooperatives recognize the best classroom projects and the teachers who create them through the Bright Ideas Education Grant Program. These grants provide funding for creative projects in grades K through 12.
Congratulations to Bright Ideas grant winner Tanya Novakowski of Rose Hill Magnolia Elementary School in Rose Hill. Her project, Farming with Worms, is sponsored by 4 County Electric Membership Cooperation based in Burgos.
If you're a teacher with a bright idea, visit ncbrightideas.com.
This is Carolina basketball from Learfield.
Whether it's 12 miles.
But to find a dependable agency that you can trust, that would be Maxwell B. Hamrick Insurance Agency. They are your full-service agency offering auto, business, homeowners, health, and life. Maxwell B. Hamrick is an independent insurance agent. Call them today at 286-2384. They care about their customers, and it shows. They're located at 119 Huntley Street in Spindale. Maxwell B. Hamrick Insurance Agency, serving one satisfied customer at a time. For all your pharmacy needs, choose the Medicine Box of Forest City. Pharmacist Sheila Sheehan provides excellent care and pharmacy assistance for Medicare prescription cards. The Medicine Box is your home medical equipment provider, offering wheelchairs, walkers, nebulizers, and diabetic supplies. They also will direct bill Medicare for all your home medical needs. Call 245-1696. The Medicine Box on Broadway in Forest City, your local hometown pharmacy. Curbside service is available.
Nobody gets a better deal than the customers at Sisk Family Ford. They have a proven record of the best deals. Sisk Family Ford, Rutherford County's only locally owned new car dealer, has recently been recognized as the #1 Ford dealer in customer satisfaction in the Southeast. That speaks well of their commitment to serve their customers well. Look for all the new design 2021 F-150 at Rutherford County's only locally owned new car dealership. That's Sisk Family Ford, Oak Street, Forest City.
Today's pregame show is brought to you by Reach Jewelers. The official Reach Jewelers tip-off time should be coming your way just after 3 o'clock. Reach Jewelers, your home for fine Swiss timepieces, beautiful diamonds, and the world's most luxurious jewelry brands. That's Reach Jewelers, trusted with life's moments. Eric Montross stays with us. Adam Lucas will join us in just a moment to answer some of your Carolina questions. And big fellow, the first one comes from John Davis, who wants to know about Caleb Love and why he's been so much more effective offensively through the first part of the season.
Well, I think that what you're seeing is the normal maturation process of a point guard, particularly one at Carolina. I think you're seeing that he's more comfortable distributing the ball than he was last year. I think he felt like there was a lot on him to be the guy who scored. I think all of a sudden he realizes he's got a lot of scorers around him. 5 players are averaging double figures in this team through these 7 games. And his offense is better because of their offense. There's plenty to go around. So what he's finding is defense moves. He looks better. He's distributing the ball. All of those things contribute to a player who looks more mature on the court, who's making better decisions. He's a guy, prime example of someone who has to maintain the level of play that he did against Michigan if he's going to be the player that he thinks he is. And that's something that we want to see out of Caleb.
Adam, I remember you writing about this. I think it might have been last year, where even some of the best Carolina point guards, like Marcus Page, for instance, have had some off seasons, at least at the beginning of their career. There have been exceptions like Kobe White and Cole Anthony, but the lion's share of freshman point guards in this program sometimes go through some growing pains.
It's something that's much more the rule than the exception to have that type of, at minimum, first month or two, and sometimes it stretches to the whole season. For Caleb, it certainly did, but it also looks like, just like so many of those point guards you just named, his sophomore year has seen a dramatic jump.
All right, Puff Johnson, unfortunately, his sophomore season hasn't had a dramatic jump just yet because of injuries. Taylor Blake wants to know, Adam, what's the latest on Puff?
Well, as you heard Jones mention a little earlier, it doesn't look like he's dressed out today. and is not available. He's just had some really bad luck with injuries. Every time he gets over one and practices pretty well, as he did a couple weeks ago when it looked like he was right on the verge of being ready to go, something else crops up and takes him out again. So that's just the situation he was in. He had a couple, and you probably heard Hubert Davis talk about it. He had a couple good practices just a couple weeks ago, and he did. But unfortunately then just a couple fluke things, and now he's back unavailable again today.
All right, guys, appreciate the insight as we send things over to Jones, who's with Coach Davis and the Continental Tire Coach's Corner. Continental Tire, driving confidence no matter the surface, no matter the season. For a tire dealer near you, visit ContinentalTire.com.
Carolina's in Atlanta to face Georgia Tech. I'm with the head coach of the Tar Heels, Hubert Davis, inside the Continental Tire Coach's Corner. Coach, Tar Heels coming off that impressive win over Michigan on Wednesday night. You've had a little extra chance to break it down with your staff. What stood out to you about that performance?
Well, I was just really proud of them. I felt like they played together. They played like a team. You know, one of the things that we talked about over the 8 days that we were allowed to practice, in between UNC Asheville and Michigan was the foundation pieces of this program, playing hard, playing smart, and playing together. And I felt like the guys did that on every possession on both ends of the floor, and to see the smiles on their faces. I was very proud of how hard they played, how well they played together, and I was very happy with them.
3 free throw attempts in the game against Michigan. It's the fewest ever in a game for Carolina. Just an anomaly in the way that game was called and played, or is that a larger concern for you?
Yeah, both us and Michigan are very physical, and we like to get the ball down low on the post. So to say that we only had 3 free throw attempts is rare. It's interesting. I had a conversation with one of the refs. I said, one of the things that we pride on is getting to the free throw line and also making free throws. And so I like to say that we're trying to get to the free throw line, and he chuckled a little bit, and that was at halftime. So that talk led us to get 3 free throw attempts, and so maybe I need to do a little bit more. But I was really happy with how we got the ball into the post in the second half, and Armando and Dawson and Brady, and then our guards like RJ and Caleb really attacked the basket, and Leaky had an unbelievable offensive rebound. And so even though we didn't get to the free throw line, we got shots where we wanted to, and that was close to the basket.
And before that game, Carolina was averaging better than 20 free throw attempts per game before that Michigan contest. Coach, coming off big win, road game, kind of an odd time, Sunday afternoon. How have you tried to make sure your team avoids any kind of breath or letdown today?
Well, that's the theme. We start practice, and that we're going to continue to talk to the team is, feel very good about the accomplishment of beating Michigan, but that's one game. You validate that win by playing just as hard, just as smart, and just together against Georgia Tech on Sunday. And that's going to be the theme, and that's going to be the things that we continue just to preach and talk about every day at practice, that we've got to come out with the same type of effort and will and want to and desire and preparation against Georgia Tech for us to have a chance to be successful again.
We'll talk about the opponent today, the Jackets, a little later in our pregame show.
Dunkin' is here with your holiday helpers. Take on the season with a holiday classic like a peppermint mocha signature latte or a rich and creamy toasted white chocolate signature latte. Bold, smooth Dunkin' espresso and holiday flavors come together. Classic notes of mocha balanced with cooling peppermint, or flavors of white chocolate topped with caramel and cinnamon sugar for a touch of holiday magic that will help you seize the season. Sip through the holidays with signature lattes from Dunkin'. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. Exclusions apply.
On the inside, a Honda is comfortable, technologically advanced, and loaded with next-gen features. But on the outside, a Honda is fuel-efficient, powerful, and stylish. Like the versatile HR-V, the 8-passenger Pilot, or a turbocharged Civic. No matter what kind of car you need, Honda has it. Because inside and outside, a Honda is the total package. Hurry, they're selling fast. Now at your Honda dealer of the Carolinas.
Hey, Carolina fans, the holidays are here. Are you trying to find the perfect gift for the Tar Heel in your life? No matter their age, child to adult, you can give the gift of membership with a Rams Club, Student Rams Club, or Carolina Kids Club membership. Starting at just $25, your membership directly impacts the student athletes you cheer for on the field, on the court, or in competition. Please visit ramsclub.com/gift for more information.
This is Carolina basketball from Learfield.
Nobody gets a better deal than the customers at Sisk Family Ford. They have a proven record of the best deals. Sisk Family Ford, Rutherford County's only locally owned new car dealer, has recently been recognized as the #1 Ford dealer in customer satisfaction in the Southeast. That speaks well of their commitment to serve their customers well. Look for all the new design 2021 F-150 at Rutherford County's only locally owned new car dealership. That's Sisk Family Ford, Oak Street, Forest City.
This is Dwayne Hunt with Insurance Service Associates, wanting to let you know that we have moved. Our new office is located at 245 East Main Street in Forest City. Come see us for auto, home, or your commercial insurance needs. Also come see me, Dwayne Hunt, for your Medicare supplements, Medicare Advantage, or prescription drug plans. See us at Insurance Service Associates, now located at 245 East Main Street in Forest City, or call 828-245-5301.
You know, there is a lot of misleading information about Medicaid eligibility. The Arledge Law Firm would like for you to know the truth. For instance, if you need a nursing home, Medicaid will take your home. That's not true. Another one is, if you transfer assets, you have to wait 60 months to qualify. Again, not true. And this big one, if you're already in a nursing home, it's too late to protect your assets. Not true, not true, not true. Call attorneys Gerald N. Willis, Kent Baldwin, or Martin Gerard at the Arledge Law Firm and get free consultation and learn the truth. It's more likely than you think that you may qualify for nursing home care and not lose everything you own. It's worth a call to Arledge Law Firm at 287-3338, located on East Court Street in Rutherfordton.
Food Line Feeds will donate 100 meals to a local area food bank. Food Line is the official grocer of the ACC. Former Tar Heel Antoine Jamison was inducted into the College Basketball Hall of Fame last month. On Wednesday, he was honored at the Smith Center, a place where he spent 3 years showcasing his game, becoming one of the best to ever play at Carolina. During a recent conversation, Jamison told me just how important his years at Carolina were as he's moved on in life.
Before I had kids, I mean, those 3 years at Carolina was probably my proudest moments. And the most important thing, those 3 years molded me into the man that I became on the basketball court, but most importantly, off the basketball court. The things I learned at Carolina, not through just Dean Smith teaching me the X's and O's, but teaching me how to be a professional, teaching me how to be a better person, most importantly, a better son, a better brother, a better friend. Those are the things that I learned in those 3 years at the University of North Carolina. And as you have kids, when they leave the household, the most important thing you entrust in, especially if you have a kid that's playing a sport, you entrust in their livelihood, you entrust in them getting prepared for the world. And the University of North Carolina prepared me to succeed at all levels, on the court, off the court. And I agree with you. Those 3 years have had the biggest impact of my life. Me being a father, me being a husband, a friend, all those things was molded in the foundation. Of course, my mom and dad did an unbelievable job before I left for college. And they still continue to do an unbelievable job. But those 3 years at Carolina, just I can't compare them to, like I said, anything other than my 5 kids who I love to death. And that was like the only other accomplishments that can even come close to what I've been able to do in those 3 years, and, of course, 16 years in the NBA as well.
That's Antoine Jamison here on the Reach Jewelers pregame show. A quick timeout, and we'll check in with Georgia Tech head coach Josh Pastner after this from Learfield.
Harris Teeter is partnered with UNC, NC State, Wake Forest, and Duke to bring you the Big Four Grocery Assist Sweepstakes. Each week a contestant is chosen, and they win $5 in free groceries for every assist by a Big Four school that week. Plus, one grand prize winner will be selected for the Big Four VIP shoot-around prize package. Invite up to 20 friends and family for a private scrimmage at the Big Four school of your choice. Visit HarrisTeeter.com and look for the Grocery Assist Sweepstakes section to enter. Harris Teeter, where Tar Heel fans love to shop.
Every day in the U.S., more than 9 people are killed and 1,000 injured in crashes involving a distracted driver. You can't control other motorists, but you can control how you operate your vehicle. Avoid distractions while driving, like texting or checking social media. You can't drive safely unless driving has your full attention. Any non-driving activity you engage in increases your risk of crashing. Brought to you by Trusted Choice Independent Insurance Agents of North Carolina. Learn more at trustedchoice.com/GoHeels.
From star athletes to super fans, UNC Health is dedicated to caring for champions of all kinds. For you, the latest advancements and our greatest expertise are always in play to deliver personalized care with the utmost compassion. It's the kind of care that keeps champions like you and your family in the game when it matters the most. See our lineup at unchealthcare.org/sports.
Sports Network from Learfield.
At BMW, we made the ultimate range of SAVs. And because each of the 7 X-Range sports activity vehicles flawlessly balance dynamic power, spacious size, and sleek design, you can choose from a fleet that fits perfectly into your life. Like the versatile and bold X1, the unbelievably powerful X3, or the luxurious X7. No matter who you are, no matter where you're going, no matter what's next, there's an X to take you there.
Visit one of your local North Carolina BMW centers today. Take advantage of our holiday credit.
It's never lost on Window World that your home is your largest physical investment. Window World's integrity will be noticed from your very first moment of contact. The clean, professional installation of premium windows, siding, doors, and more are designed to last while leaving your home looking amazing. Window World and their lifetime warranty will always be there when it really matters. They're America's most trusted remodeler and a proud partner of Carolina Athletics because the difference is integrity and always in the details. Woo! Got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But you know, the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com.
Carolina basketball is brought to you by Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. With zero sugar and now even more delicious. Is the new Coca-Cola Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Find out for yourself. This is the Reed's Jewelers pregame show.
It's 15 minutes to tip-off, presented by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Josh Pastner's last 2 teams have finished in the ACC's top 5 in the regular season standings, and he has high hopes for this year's squad, too. Coach, I've always felt like one of the things that gets teams better, especially early on in the season, are shared experiences when you're on the road. And I'm looking at your schedule, and you guys haven't left the state. Now, as a player once upon a time ago and now as a coach, do you wish you had those 3 or 4 days somewhere else to build your team up?
Well, you know, we did have the one time where we stayed the night in the hotel when we played Georgia, even though it was right up the road. It was a road game. We did win the game. You are right about that, about shared experiences. There's nothing like traveling together. And our first road trip isn't until we play USC in Phoenix in a few weeks. But that's just kind of the way the schedule fell. And, you know, like this week, the ACC Big Ten Challenge was at home, and our first game in ACC play was at home. Usually that doesn't always happen. You have one or the other, so that would have been a road trip on one of the two. So it's just kind of way how the schedule falls. We got good chemistry with our team. Our team has we have a good group. You know, and the best way I can tell you that is like a guy like Michael Devoe, who is a really good player. You know, and he's leading the country in scoring right now. But you know what? No one on our team is jealous. The guys, they all are so happy for his play as an individual. They know he's a really good player. And you know this, there's a lot of times on normal teams, there's sometimes guys get upset about that, about someone else having that type of success. We have a good group of guys, good chemistry, and they're obviously we all want to win, but they're happy for each as an individual's teammates when someone's doing well.
Hey Carolina family, this is head football coach Mac Brown. As official sponsor of Carolina Athletics, Wells Fargo understands being a Tar Heel means there's no off season. With a Wells Fargo Tar Heels debit card, you can show off your Carolina pride no matter where you are. It's your colors, your team, your card. Visit wellsfargo.com and search Card Design Studio to learn more.
Copyright 2021 Wells Fargo Bank N.A. All rights reserved.
And we're back with breaking news. The new Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. With an improved taste and 0 calories, the new Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan. So make sure you... Jim. Jim. We're on the air.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first.
This Saturday, while you watch the game at home, we're watching The Grill at Jersey Mike's. Order through the Jersey Mike's app for free delivery on Saturdays. Unless you're going to miss hearing this. Jersey Mike's, a sub above. On Saturdays, your team needs you. Your sofa needs you. And you need a Jersey Mike's sub. Get it all with free Saturday delivery when you order through the Jersey Mike's app. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
This is Carolina basketball from Learfield.
Together, let's celebrate the big occasions and the little moments, the firsts and forevers. Let's celebrate others and celebrate ourselves, because every milestone matters, and we promise to be with you for every one of them. This holiday, shop Reed's Jewelers and Reeds.com to find the perfect gift to celebrate your life's moments. Reed's Jewelers, trusted with life's moments.
Harris Teeter has partnered with UNC, NC State, Wake Forest, and Duke to bring you the Big Four Grocery Assist Sweepstakes. Each week a contestant is chosen, and they win $5 in free groceries for every assist by a Big Four school that week. Plus, one grand prize winner will be selected for the Big Four VIP shoot-around prize package. Invite up to 20 friends and family for a private scrimmage at the Big Four school of your choice. Visit HarrisTeeter.com and look for the Grocery Assist Sweepstakes section to enter. Harris Teeter, where Tar Heel fans love to shop.
It's a new season. Get ready for more men's and women's college sports excellence. Trophies will be awarded in June to schools who take the top spot in the 2021-22 Learfield Directors Cup. The premier award recognizes one winning institution in all competitive divisions. Follow your favorite team's progress as seasonal standings are announced at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at directorscup.org. The crowning achievement in college athletics.
The Reed's Jewelers pregame show continues with a look at the North Carolina Farm Bureau scoreboard. Helping you is what they do best. This is the only game today in the ACC, the only top 25 college basketball action. Pitts number 5 UCLA against Washington in about 15 minutes' time. Also, the CFP rankings have come out. Your final four for the postseason. Alabama takes on Cincinnati in one semifinal. The Tide ranked number 1. The Bearcats number 4. In the 2-3 semifinal, it's Michigan versus Georgia. That'll do it for a look at the North Carolina Farm Bureau scoreboard. Helping you is what they do best. We'll come back and hear again from Jones and Coach Davis in the Continental Tire Coaches Corner, plus keys to the game. Then the tip. Carolina's at Georgia Tech from Learfield.
Dunkin' is here with your holiday helpers. Take on the season with a holiday classic like a peppermint mocha signature latte or a rich and creamy toasted white chocolate signature latte. Bold, smooth Dunkin' espresso and holiday flavors come together. Classic notes of mocha balanced with cooling peppermint or flavors of white chocolate topped with caramel and cinnamon sugar for a touch of holiday magic that will help you seize the season. Sip through the holidays with signature lattes from Dunkin'. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. Exclusions apply.
UNC Tar Heels basketball is on Valley Sports South, your home for ACC hoops.
Score the basket.
Be sure to catch some of the biggest ACC matchups of the season live as the Tar Heels clash with the best of the best in the ACC and across the country. From Tobacco Road and beyond, UNC hoops action on Valley Sports is nothing but net. On target. Watch or stream live on Valley Sports South and the Valley Sports app, your home for ACC basketball.
Hey, Carolina fans, the holidays are here. Are you trying to find the perfect gift for the Tar Heel in your life? No matter their age, child to adult, you can give the gift of membership with a Rams Club, Student Rams Club, or Carolina Kids Club membership. Starting at just $25, your membership directly impacts the student athletes you cheer for on the field, on the court, or in competition. Please visit ramsclub.com/gift for more information.
This is the Tar Heel Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey Carolina family, this is Athletic Director Bubba Cunningham. As official sponsor of Carolina Athletics, Wells Fargo understands being a Tar Heel means there's no off-season. With the Wells Fargo Tar Heels debit card, you can show off your Carolina pride no matter where you are. It's your colors, your team, your card. Visit wellsfargo.com and search Card Design Studio to learn more.
Copyright 2020 Wells Fargo Bank N.A. All rights reserved.
Whether it's 12 miles to the Pee Wee football comeback of a lifetime, 80 miles to your first hole-in-one, or more like 8 shots to the first hole. Whether it's 240 back road miles to sleeping under the stars, or just a few blocks to the grocery store, Marathon has the fuel to keep your engine running at peak performance. Because you never know where life is going to take you. For quality fuel through every mile, fill up at Marathon.
Got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But you know, the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com.
We're on the road with Honda dealers of the Carolinas. Inside or outside, a Honda is the total package. Hurry, they're selling fast. See your Honda dealer of the Carolinas. Carolina basketball is brought to you by Wells Fargo, official retail bank sponsor of Carolina Athletics. This is the Reed's Jewelers pregame show.
Opens ACC play against Georgia Tech. I'm with the head coach of the Tar Heels, Hubert Davis, inside the Continental Tire Coach's Corner. Coach, today marks second true road game of the season for your team. What do you hope that your group took away from that Charleston?
You know, being where it's been sold out in over 2 years, and so I was so proud of them, how they responded, how they executed, particularly in the second half in that environment. So going to Georgia Tech, and it's obviously going to be a packed house, that's something that's not going to affect us. We're used to playing on the road against quality opponent like Georgia Tech, and so that experience for our team will be beneficial, and it's always been a tough battle against Georgia Tech, particularly on their home floor, and we're excited about the opportunity.
In the past, Georgia Tech has liberally changed defenses within a game, at least under Coach Pastner. If that happens today, how would you like your team to maturely respond?
Well, as much as they want to change defensively, I don't want us to ever change offensively. We want to get the ball inside through post, through penetration, and offensive rebounding. I don't want to just go to the free throw line 3 times a game. I want to get to the free throw line. And so that's always been, from an offensive standpoint, our end game, whether we're in transition or half court set. We want to get the ball inside. We want points in the paint. We want deep post catches. We want to get to the free throw line. And if our best shooters are wide open, we want to get the ball to them and let them shoot the ball from the outside. So from an offensive standpoint, irregardless of what defense Georgia Tech is in, our focus is to get the ball inside and attack the basket.
Coach, last thing, Michael Devoe entered the weekend as the nation's leading scorer, 25 points per game. He is really efficient, 56.5% from the floor, nearly 60% from 3. Probably not going to stop him. How do you try and slow him down?
Well, he's an outstanding player. Not only can he shoot, he has the ability to score in many different ways. He's quick. He can handle the basketball, and he's an outstanding passer. And the offense that they run, they have him moving around a lot. And so, it'll be fun to watch that matchup between him and some of our defenders, and Leaky Black and Justin McCoy and Dontrez Styles. But, he's a guy that you can't take away, but you got to make him work hard for every point and every shot. And the way that Leaky has defended some of the top perimeter players this year, it's going to be a fun matchup to watch.
Carolina will try to get ACC play started with a win today in Atlanta. Coach, as always, thank you for your time and best of luck.
All right, thanks a lot, Jones. I appreciate it.
That, again, is the Continental Tire Coach's Corner, which feeds into our Honda keys to the game. Inside or outside, a Honda is the total package. Hurry, they're selling fast. See your Honda dealer of the Carolinas. Jones, my key for this one for Carolina is bringing the same intensity to the floor that the team had on Wednesday. It's a different environment and a different opponent, but that's all outside of Carolina's control. What the Heels can control is what they do, especially on defense.
Limiting turnovers for me, Eric. Carolina only committed 6 against Michigan, gave up just 4 points off those turnovers. Big difference from what had been happening the previous couple of games.
Yeah, my key is going to be preventing the guard rebounding that happens with Georgia Tech. Tech's perimeter players grabbed 23 of their 26 rebounds against Wisconsin, the most recent game, and 150 of 196 this season.
Those are our keys to the game. We've got to do one more thing before we take a final timeout, and that's pause 10 seconds for a station ID. Down the lines on the Tar Heel Sports Network. That'll do it for the Reach Jewelers pregame show. We'll come back and have the tip-off for you after this. Carolina's on the road at Georgia Tech from Learfield.
North Carolina's 26 electric cooperatives recognize the best classroom projects and the teachers who create them through the Bright Ideas Education Grant Program. These grants provide funding for creative projects in grades K through 12.
Congratulations to Bright Ideas grant winner Tanya Novakowski of Rose Hill Magnolia Elementary School in Rose Hill. Her project, Farming with Worms, is sponsored by 4 County Electric Membership Cooperation based in Burgos.
If you're a teacher with a bright idea, visit ncbrightideas.com.
From star athletes to super fans, UNC Health is dedicated to caring for champions of all kinds. For you, the latest advancements and our greatest expertise are always in play to deliver personalized care with the utmost compassion. It's the kind of care that keeps champions like you and your family in the game when it matters the most. See our lineup at unchealthcare.org/sports.
This is Jones Angel, voice of the Tar Heels. And as a parent, I know nothing is more important than the safety of our children. More than 22% of teen-involved crashes per year in North Carolina are the result of distracted driving. Help protect our teenage drivers by ensuring they practice safe driving habits and avoid distracted driving. Always encourage your teens to put down the phone while driving and lead by example. Let's have a hands-free NC. Brought to you by Trusted Choice Independent Insurance Agents of North Carolina. Learn more at trustedchoice.com/Go Heels.
Bowl from Learfield.
At BMW, we made the ultimate range of SAVs. And because each of the 7 X-Range sports activity vehicles flawlessly balance dynamic power, spacious size, and sleek design, you can choose from a fleet that fits perfectly into your life. Like the versatile and bold X1, the unbelievably powerful X3, or the luxurious X7. No matter who you are, no matter where you're going, no matter what's next, there's an X to take you there.
Visit one of your local North Carolina BMW centers today. Take advantage of our holiday credit.
College sports fans now have access to hundreds of weekly podcasts that zero in on the college sports world. Now available in the Varsity Podcast Network and part of the new Varsity app. The app is free and available from wherever you get your favorite apps. Download the Varsity app today to have access to hundreds of national podcasts as well as your favorite team-focused podcasts. The Varsity Podcast Network, now available for free on the Varsity app. Download from the App Store and listen today.
Are you ready for a new and exciting career that is far from ordinary? The Flying Biscuit Cafe is now hiring all positions for the soon-to-be-open Chapel Hill University Place location. Work great hours in a fast-paced and fun environment. The Flying Biscuit is excited to offer flexible hours and competitive pay for front-of-house or back-of-house positions. To inquire, visit flyingbiscuit.com/careers. The Flying Biscuit Cafe, Southern-inspired menu with a neighborhood spirit.
ACC opener for the Tar Heels on the road against Georgia Tech. It is the 2nd consecutive season, 4th time in the last 6 seasons, that Carolina has opened ACC play. on the road. Thanks so much for being here with us. I'm Jones. He's Eric Montross. Joined here courtside by Ben Alexander, our chief network engineer. Adam Lucas helping us out with stats and with notes and nuggets as we go through the broadcast. You've heard from Dave Nathan back in our Tar Heel Sports Network studios. John Essick there as well. Let's get to the starting lineups for this one, and we'll start with Georgia Tech, 5-2 through 7 games. The Jackets under the guidance of Josh Pastner in his 6th season guiding Georgia Tech. In the backcourt, Kyle Sturdivant, Southern Cal transfer, 6'2 junior from Norcross, Georgia, averaging about 6.5 points and 2 rebounds per game. He's joined back there by a guy we talked a lot about, Michael Devoe, the nation's leading scorer at 25 points per game. He's Georgia Tech's leading assist man and stealer of the basketball as well. His last 3 games played, he has 37, 26, and 33 points. Jordan Usher, a super senior, the 6'7", fifth-year player from Canton, Georgia, averaging 14.5 points and a team-high 8 rebounds. Khalid Moore, 6'7" senior from Briarwood, New York. Moore comes in 4.5 points, 4 rebounds per game, a season-high 8 points last game against Wisconsin. And then the one true big man is Rodney Howard, the 6'10" junior. He is a transfer from Georgia, and coming off the most minutes that he's played in any game this season. Played more than 36 minutes, and the Jackets lost to Wisconsin on Wednesday night. Now for the Tar Heels, also 5-2 under the guidance of first-year head coach Hubert Davis, and the Heels sticking with the starting lineup they've been rolling with here as of late. Caleb Love and R.J. Davis in the backcourt, both sophomores. Love 6'4" from St. Louis. Davis 6 feet from White Plains, New York, both averaging in double figures. Love at a team-high 16.1, Davis at 13. Leaky Black, 6'8" senior from Concord. He is plus 84 when he is on the court. That means Carolina has outscored its opponents by 84 points when Leaky Black has been on the floor. Comes in averaging 5 points, 5 rebounds per contest. Dawson Garcia, the Marquette transfer, 6'11" sophomore, off a 14.4 rebound performance against Michigan on Wednesday night. And finally, Armando Bacot, 6'10" junior from Richmond. Armando, 15 points, 9.5 rebounds, 2 blocks per game, coming off his 4th double-double of the season. Boy, the ball quickly thrown up in the air, and Georgia Tech wins the opening tap. They'll have the ball first. Officials tonight, Ted Valentine, Jeffrey Anderson, and Tony Henderson. Carolina wearing the road Carolina blue with white numbers, letters, and trim. Georgia Tech wearing the home gold, numbers in white, letters in navy blue. Jackets with 12 on the shot clock. Devoe has it between the circles, guarded by Leaky Black. Drives right, steps back, teardrop is short. Leaky Black able to snag the rebound on the baseline. He'll bring it front side on his own dribble, pitches ahead to Caleb Love. Heels going left to right as we see it here courtside in Atlanta. R.J. Davis has it middle of the court, drifts to the left, handoff on the wing to Black. Now right side to Garcia. Shot clock down to 15 as now Caleb Love has it. Trying to direct some traffic. Gets a screen from Garcia to move to the right sideline. Up high to Bacot. Dumps it in the post to Garcia. Turns, shoots, a little strong. Bouncing around, won't go. Bacot, gracious. He's wrestled to the ground as he got the offensive rebound and went back up. It will be called a jump ball. The possession belongs to Carolina as Bacot was being swarmed. Went back up to try and shoot it, and apparently was tied up. So Carolina keeps possession. 20 on the shot clock. 19:03 on the game clock. Garcia has it left wing, up high to Bacot. Jackets in a zone now defensively as Leaky Black has it. He'll pitch it left side to Love. Fake the pass to Davis in the corner, goes back up high to Black. 8 on the shot clock as Leaky's pass tipped into the forecourt for Georgia Tech. Devoe does a soaring up and under for the basket to give the Jackets an early lead. Looks like that defense was causing some confusion for Carolina on just how to attack it.
Yeah, they've been having a hard time getting the ball moved around from one side of the court to the other, and so Georgia Tech's defense is playing some havoc.
Some sagging zone from Georgia Tech as Davis drives on the left. He lost the dribble out of bounds, so that's back-to-back turnovers now for Carolina. And the Jackets, Eric, with a 2-0 lead in the basketball.
Well, sagging zone is tough. I mean, because what Carolina wants to do is they want to go into the post. It's really hard to do that without a lot of cuts. So you have to be very intentional about how you move. You've got to make really good screens on the backside and make sure that you're locking your post defender in as soon as you have the opportunity, but it's got to be in concert with the passer.
Howard at the free throw line for Tech. His pass intercepted by R.J. Davis. He tries to get ahead of the crowd and will lay it in. So each team has scored on the other team's turnover, 2-2. A little more than 2 minutes gone by here in Atlanta. Carolina had just 6 turnovers against Michigan. Already 2 in the ball game this afternoon. Howard high post goes in the right corner to Usher. Penetrates on the baseline. His jumper rattles around and out. Baycott with the rebound to Love. Tried to cross over, was cut off by Usher, so he'll back up and reset. Trying to use the Garcia screen, could never really effectively do it, so he eventually passes to Garcia, who sends it right side to Davis. Looking for Baycott in the post. He gets it outside the painted area. Now a couple of jump stops in there, and he's fouled as he tried to make his move. See who this is on. Somebody was reaching in for Georgia Tech. It's going to be on Sturdivant, his first, and first on either team. Baycott not in the act of shooting. He was kind of making a big jump stop in the paint. So Carolina will inbound it in the baseline. Black goes in the corner to Love. Up the left sideline to Garcia. Now Baycott ends up on the right side to Davis. Back up high to Leaky Black. Still 12 on the shot clock. 2-2 game. 3 minutes gone by. Black, tough pass at the feet of Garcia right in the lane. Able to scoop it up. Kick it out to Caleb Love for 3. And he drills it. Gracious. Love from the left side makes it 5-2.
Well, anytime you can go into the post and then go opposite to a shooter, you're going to have time to get the shot off. And Love was able to put it right in the heart.
The Georgia transfer, Howard at the top of the key, trying to hand off to Devoe. Leaky Black breaks it up, so he goes up high with the pass to Usher. Jab step, drive, pulls up mid-range, back iron, no. Baycott there for the glass. Heels up 5-2 and on the move. Davis pitches left side to Love. Stopped at the wing, tried to dump it in the post to Garcia. Telegraphed it and taken away. Tech the other direction. It's going to turn into a run-out dunk for Usher. And so the turnovers continue to haunt Carolina. It's 5-4.
Pass into the post. There was a turnover. Needed to be a bounce pass. That's not as easy for the guy to reach around and poke away as the pass up top was.
Another long 3 by Love, and he drills it from the right side. Holy smokes. He had that one lined up and fired away. Love with 6 on 2 really long 3-pointers. It's 8-4. Sturdivant on the left sideline to Howard. Right back to Sturdivant on a handoff. He'll give it up high to Khalid Moore. Moore backing up, trying to clear out the side because he has Baycott guarding him. Tries to drive on the big man, and he traveled, carried the basketball on his move, and Baycott has a word for Khalid Moore after Moore had very demonstratively cleared out the side and said he wanted to take Baycott to the rim and eventually turned it over. So both teams having some turnover issues early. 5 combined, 3 for Carolina, 2 on Georgia Tech. 15:35 to go first half. Couple of Caleb Love 3-pointers have helped the Heels to an 8-4 lead early on from Learfield.
Hey Carolina family, this is head football coach Mac Brown. As official sponsor of Carolina Athletics, Wells Fargo understands being a Tar Heel means there's no off season. With a Wells Fargo Tar Heels debit card, you can show off your Carolina pride no matter where you are. It's your colors, your team, your card. Visit wellsfargo.com and search Card Design Studio to learn more.
Copyright 2021 Wells Fargo Bank N.A. All rights reserved.
This is the Tar Heel Sports Network from Learfield.
Harris Teeter is partnered with UNC, NC State.
At Smith Drugs of Forest City, we are continue to offer the COVID-19 rapid testing and the COVID-19 vaccinations. Please call our pharmacy at 828-245-4591 with any questions or concerns that you may have. You may also visit our website at smithsdrugsfc.com and schedule your COVID rapid-19 test or your vaccination. Again, if you have any questions, please call our pharmacy at 828-245-4591.
It's that time again, time to get the flu vaccines. And Smith's Drugs in Forest City has the flu vaccinations available. Walk-ins Monday through Friday and Saturdays by appointment. And Smith's Drug is asking all their Dream Station and System 1 CPAP customers to call if you need any help with registering your recalled devices. Just call the Home Medical Department for any help or with questions at 828-245-4591. And Smith's Drugs has the Moderna and Pfizer initial shots and the boosters. They also have the flu vaccines, and November is Diabetes Month. Get 10% off diabetic socks for the month of November at Smith's Drugs of Forest City. There are so many insurance agencies here and there, but to find a dependable agency that you can trust, that would be Maxwell B. Hamrick Insurance Agency. They are your full-service agency offering auto, business, homeowners, health, and life. Maxwell B. Hamrick is an independent insurance agent. Call them today at 286-2384. They care about their customers, and it shows. They're located at 119 Huntley Street in Spindale. Maxwell B. Hamrick Insurance Agency, serving one satisfied customer at a time.
Has been an issue for Carolina, just even in the way that whether they're sending it around the top of the horn or off to the side, or whether it's trying to be put into the block. Carolina's got to do a better job of reading those opportunities and knowing when to probe it and when to pull it back.
Heels have made one sub. Brady Manick is in. Dawson Garcia out. Davon Smith is in for Georgia Tech, a Mississippi State transfer. Kerwin Walton has just now come to the scorer's table for Carolina, so he'll be in soon as well. Manick in the left corner. Passes left of the lane to Baycott. He faces up, now trying to back in, bangs into his defender, Howard, and then Baby hooks it over him for two.
Howard's a guy that Baycott can get away with that bang. He's a big guy, about similarly sized to Baycott, so he can use that physical nature that he likes to engage the defense and then kind of get his rhythm.
It's now 10-4. Carolina with the 6-point lead. Devoe driving right of the lane, kicks it in the corner right to Smith, and Smith drives into the paint, lost the basketball. Carolina out of there with it. Heels up 6. Caleb Love, front side on the right, looking for Baycott, gets it to him on the block, and he is fouled from behind as Howard reached over the back. Baycott ended up on his backside on the floor, and Georgia Tech now making multiple subs. Kerwin Walton will enter, as we mentioned, getting R.J. Davis. Khalid Moore is back in for Tech. Miles Kelly, a freshman from Lilburn, Georgia, is in for the first time, and Saba Gigi Baria, a 7'1" sophomore from the Republic of Georgia, has checked in for the first time for the Jackets. 14:41 to go in the first half. Carolina 10, Georgia Tech 4. Inbounds goes right corner to Love. He'll quickly work it up high. Now it's in the hands of Walton. Dumps it in the paint to Manick, back to the basket. Manick pivoting, tried a really tough pass. I don't know how it ended up to Baycott. I thought it was going to be a turnover, but Armando came out of there with it and banked it home. 12-4. Tar Heels get a fortunate bounce there for the bucket. Manick tried to underhand it through two players. Somehow it found its way to Baycott. Heels up by 8. Davon Smith, Mississippi State transfer, guarded by Love. He's going to try guarded straight on 2. It's no good. Gigi Baria got the rebound, but then had his shot tipped away by Manick. Carolina out of the scrum. Heels up by 8 with the basketball. Walt deep on the right wing, and a foul on Gigi Baria as he tried to go over the back of Baycott on the entry pass. Foul on Gigi Baria, his first. Third on Tech, and Anthony Harris is coming in for Carolina. Harris coming off a game where he played just 2 minutes right at the very end of the game against Michigan. He checks in early here, replacing Leaky Black. Devoe is on the bench for Georgia Tech. That's who Black had been guarding most of the time. As Baycott able to go right by Gigi Baria, had his dunk altered though, and couldn't finish it at the rim. It wasn't cleanly blocked, just tipped away. Here comes Tech the other way, and a hand check foul called on Walton.
Yeah, he tied him up. I mean, he tied up Smith, and so that's, I mean, Walton was neck and neck with him on a full back pedal, but he engaged him with his arms, and that one was an easy call for Teddy Valentine.
Gigi Baria goes out. Howard re-enters for Tech. 13:40 to go first half. Heels up 8. Inbounds, quick shot and miss on the baseline jumper by Kelly. Carolina with another rebound. Carolina up 8 with the ball. Love in the forecourt for the Heels. Attacks left of the lane. His little push shot is short. I'm not even sure it hit the rim. Georgia Tech out of there with it. Moore. It was a clean look by Caleb. He just kind of babied it up there a little too much. Howard in the post. Dribbles out of there to the free throw line. Picks up his dribble. In some trouble. Able to bounce it on the right sideline to Kelly. Kelly drives to the ACC logo and does not get the roll on the jumper. That did everything but go in. Here comes Carolina the other way. Anthony Harris, 1,000,000 miles an hour. Over to Love. His three is no good. And the rebound belongs to Rodney Howard. Manick came soaring in but couldn't squeeze it. Tech the other way. Ends up to Coleman. A three-pointer. Good from right in front of us on the left sideline. Coleman, a good shooter from out there. He had been 11 of 20 in the first 7 games of the year. And that gets Tech within 5 at 12-7. Both teams had gone dry there for a while offensively. Love has it in the center jump circle. 12:30 to go first half. Drives to the left, in traffic, works around it, throws it up off the glass, no good. Rebound tipped around between both teams. It belongs to Tech. Jackets trying to back up the three-pointer they made just a second ago with a stop and another basket. It'll be a transition three. Good. Coleman. So Coleman has come off the bench and hit a couple of big threes to get Tech right back within 2. Carolina had led by as many as 8. Heels have not scored in more than 2 minutes. They've missed their last 4 field goals. Manick outside the arc, right wing to Baycott, now left side to Walt. Walt gets it down low to Manick. Pump fake, gets his defender in the air. His shot is blocked, though. And then, pushing and shoving as the two teams go for the loose ball. It'll be a jump ball and belong to Tech as Baycott and Coleman got a little knotted up. And that's how this game will go to the under 12-minute timeout. Carolina led by 8, but back-to-back three-pointers by Devoe Coleman has got the Jackets within 2 at 12-10 with 11:49 to go in the first half. It'll be Georgia Tech basketball when we return from Learfield.
Hunt Brothers Pizza, the official pizza of Carolina Athletics, joins Tar Heels fans across the nation cheering Go Heels. Whether you're at home watching the game or out on the road, download our Hunt Brothers Pizza app to find a location near you. The Hunt family has been proudly serving our delicious original crust pizza to North Carolina families for over 20 years. With all toppings, no extra charge, and 10 to choose from, there's sure to be a topping combination for everyone to enjoy a Hunt Brothers Pizza.
From star athletes to super fans, UNC Health is dedicated to caring for champions of all kinds. For you, the latest advancements in our greatest expertise are always in play to deliver personalized care with the utmost compassion. It's the kind of care that keeps champions like you and your family in the game when it matters the most. See our lineup at unchealthcare.org/sports.
Every day in the U.S., more than 9 people are killed and 1,000 injured in crashes involving a distracted driver. You can't control other motorists, but you can control how you operate your vehicle. Avoid distractions while driving, like texting or checking social media. You can't drive safely unless driving has your full attention. Any non-driving activity you engage in increases your risk of crashing. Brought to you by Trusted Choice Independent Insurance Agents of North Carolina. Learn more at trustedchoice.com/GoHeels.
12-10, Carolina Tar Heels made 5 of their first 6 shots, but now have missed 5 in a row. Mix in back-to-back three-pointers for Tech, and that's how an 8-point Tar Heel lead has become just a 2-point advantage. 11:49 to go first half. A reminder that Food Lion is proud to sponsor the Score to Give More campaign this year. For every free throw that the Tar Heels make this season, Food Lion Feeds will donate 100 meals to a local area food bank to help our neighbors in need. Score to Give More, presented by Food Lion, the official grocer of the ACC. Carolina right now, no free throw attempts. In fact, there haven't been a free throw attempt for either team to this point. And Heels coming off, Eric, that game against Michigan where they had just 3. They have just 16 free throws in total attempted in the last 2 games. It's not as though Carolina doesn't go inside. They just haven't been able to get to the line a bunch here as of late.
Well, I think we're seeing them try to go inside right now. We talked about the struggles they had initially, but Baycott's picked up a couple of opportunities here as of late. And you look at his numbers, he's 2 of 3 from the field. Part of that is just getting in the right position. Then for him, making a quick move, because one of the things that we're going to see, my guess, out of Georgia Tech is somebody's going to sag. You saw that he's already sent Rodney Howard, who's coming back into the game, sent him to the bench with an early foul. Then also Gigi Berea picked up an early foul. So those guys know that there's they're susceptible to some of Baycott's moves on the defense. And so Carolina's going to have to work around, figure out how to control that ball, but still get what they want offensively.
Harris, Love, Walton, Manick, Baycott. That's the five on the floor for Carolina right now. As Love gets a steal on a pass that was coming from the paint to the outside. Good job by Caleb just to stick his arm out and get the steal. He goes the other way. Boy, a lot of contact at the rim, but it is no foul call. Georgia Tech ended up with the loose ball, but then turned it over as they tried an outlet pass. Love got, it was like two cars running into each other at full speed in the air with Rodney Howard, but no whistle.
Yeah.
Bills will keep possession.
And Carolina's going to want to push anytime they can, but I would argue that in that situation, he's going up against guys that are much larger than him. I know he's got athletic ability to get to the rim, but he's got to make the smart pass and make that offense stronger.
Love and Baycott head to the bench as Anthony Harris on the drive can't finish. Garcia with the strong rebound, and he's fouled going back up.
Well, so it should be 2 on Howard, Jones, is it?
They're going to call that on Miles Kelly, Eric, his first. He must have been reaching in. Howard was challenging Garcia up high. So Garcia will get the first 2 free throws of the game for either team. We're telling you, Love and Baycott went to the bench. Garcia came in, as did R.J. Davis for Carolina. So still 12-10, and now 13-10 as Garcia's first free throw is good. With Devoe coming back in, Leaky Black immediately checks back in. It'll be Coleman who hit those 2 threes going to the bench for the Jackets, and Anthony Harris to get a breather for the Tar Heels.
Yeah, I think that what you don't want is you don't want Devoe to get going. And he's obviously going to score. He's 1 of 2 on his attempts tonight for 2 points, but that's just in 5 minutes. He came out, got a quick breather. Now you want Black to stay tight on to him.
Both free throws good by Garcia, so 14-10. Howard back to the basket, high post in the front court for Tech. Staring at Devoe, wanting to pass to him, never could do so instead he hands off to Davon Smith, the Mississippi State transfer. In the corner on the right to Moore. He'll jab step at Manick and then drop in a 3. Third three-pointer that Georgia Tech has made. In fact, their last 3 field goals have all been threes, and it's 14-13. Carolina's lead just 1. Kerwin Walton hands off to R.J. Davis, right wing. Now R.J. will back his way up to the center jump circle. Drifts to the right wing after getting a screen by Garcia. Forces up a tough shot, hit nothing but backboard. Georgia Tech with the rebound and the chance to take the lead. Devoe weaving through traffic, kicks it in the corner right. Another 3 for Moore and another make. That's 4 straight field goals for Tech that have been threes.
And Khalid Moore was 1 of 9 from deep coming into today's game.
And then he tips it away from behind Garcia. Devoe tries almost a half-court triple, and it's good. And then he holds up his Tech jersey to show everybody who he plays for. It is now 19-14. Tech is on a 9-0 run in less than a minute. They've made 5 straight three-pointers. They haven't missed from outside the arc. 7 of 13 from the field, 5 of 5 from 3. Walton, the other way for Carolina, up high to Manick. He'll try and answer the triple. It is off the left side of the rim, and Karem's out of bounds. So it'll belong to Tech. The Jackets, 9-0 run, Eric, in less than a minute.
Yeah, Carolina's offense does not look real good right now. Even on that last shot by Manick, it's not a bad shot for him to take, but it was out of rhythm. You could tell that he was trying to rush that shot as he had Howard coming to him pretty quickly to recover and contest that shot.
Tar Heels have not made a field goal in almost 5 minutes. As Tech reigning in these threes. Their last 5 field goals, all makes, all threes. Now they have a 2 in there because Davon Smith drives and scores. All of a sudden, it is 21-14 Georgia Tech, an 11-0 Jacket run. Can Carolina get some points here to slow this down? R.J. Davis tried to bounce it in the post and tipped away by Tech. A moment of confusion as the officials tried to decide whether or not the pass was touched as Davis tried to enter it to Garcia. Baycott will enter. Manick exits. Georgia Tech shooting 57% from the floor, including 5 of 5 from 3. 21-14. Jackets have erased an early 8-point Tar Heel lead with this barrage of three-pointers. Baycott over to Davis on the right wing, trying to go to Garcia down low, and Garcia is going to be called for an offensive foul as he was tangled up in the post with Khalid Moore. First foul on Garcia, second on Carolina. That also counts as a turnover for the Tar Heels, and that means that is 5-6. Check it. Times that the Heels have turned it over.
Yeah, Jones, I think Carolina's going to have to find a way to get Walton involved in the offense. He has yet to take a field goal in 6 minutes, and he's one of your better shooters, and that's kind of been a thing. Although the ball is kicked away and loose. Thought Carolina had it, Jones, now back in the hands.
And then Khalid Moore just goes right by three different Tar Heels and dunks it, and Hubert Davis takes a timeout. The ball got knocked into the Georgia Tech backcourt. Moore went to go get it, and then as he came front side, everybody got out of his way. And he just went right to the rim and threw it down. It is now a 9-point Jacket lead and a 13-0 run over the last 2 minutes and 16 seconds.
Yeah, you got to have some offense when Carolina's 0 of their last 9 from the field. They have 7 turnovers. Georgia Tech has 7 turnovers, but it hasn't stung them like it has Carolina.
Yeah, Tar Heels don't have a field goal since the 14:29 mark. It is now 8:43 on the clock. Baycott is 2 of 3 from the field. The rest of the team is 3 of 12 shooting. 23-14, a 13-0 Jacket run. Started with all those threes, and now it's just continued with Carolina's offensive struggles. Davis, Walton, Black, Garcia, Baycott. Those are the 5 on the floor. Love comes to the scorer's table just as Carolina begins its offensive possession, trying to stop this run. Davis to Walton. Swings it right side to Black. Chest pass left side to Davis. Tries to drive, but cut off. Has to back up. 11 on the shot clock. Davis had it tipped away, saves it to Black. Leakey drives right in the lane, kicks it out to Davis. Three-pointer with 3 on the shot clock is good. Tar Heels needed that. R.J. Davis now with 5. Stops that 13-0 Georgia Tech run. 23-17. Devoe backing in against Leaky Black. Has to send it back out to the center court area to Miles Kelly, guarded by Kerwin Walton. One-handed pass left side to Moore. Up high to Howard. Moore, who already has 8 in the ball game. He hands off to Devoe. Devoe kicks it over to Moore. His three-pointer off the back rim. Baycott tips the rebound to himself. Here comes Carolina down 6. 23-17. Leaky Black looks down low for Garcia. He and Moore are really battling in the paint. Can't get it to him. He'll eventually work it to Walton on the right side. 17 on the shot clock. Bounce pass to Black. Baycott flashed open in the paint for a moment. Leakey couldn't get it to him. Sends it out to Davis. Another 3 hit the backboard first. Rebound. Baycott had the ball in his hands but couldn't hold it. Devoe able to sneak out of there with it. Devoe pushes off against Walton on the drive and sends it out to Miles Kelly. He'll pitch it out middle court to Moore to reset. Now Howard back to Moore. And a foul off the ball. Ted Valentine has definitely called a foul. Not sure on who. Garcia. And that's his second. So only 3 fouls have been called on Carolina, but 2 of them on Dawson Garcia. So Georgia Tech had a 13-0 run that flipped the game. They led by as many as 9. Tar Heels have taken it down to 6 with 7:07 to go in the first half. 23-17. It's Georgia Tech on top from Learfield.
The perfect tailgate. All you need are your friends and the 2021 Ford F-150 with the available Pro Power onboard. It's like a mobile generator to power your tailgate all game long. It's this tradition of toughness and innovation that's made Ford F-Series America's best-selling truck 44 years straight and counting. Make your game day traditions bigger and better season after season. Check out the 2021 Ford F-150 at your Carolina Ford dealer. Based on 1977 through 2020 calendar year total sales.
This is Carolina basketball from Learfield.
It's bow time. Sometimes the holiday season is your busy season. You gotta get a tree, decorate the tree, stop your 8-year-old from climbing the tree.
For all your pharmacy needs, choose the Medicine Box of Forest City. Pharmacist Sheila Sheehan provides excellent care and pharmacy assistance for Medicare prescription cards. The Medicine Box is your home medical equipment provider, offering wheelchairs, walkers, nebulizers, and diabetic supplies. They also will direct bill Medicare for all your home medical needs. Call 245-1696. The Medicine Box on Broadway in Forest City, your local hometown pharmacy. Curbside service is available.
You know, there is a lot of misleading information about Medicaid eligibility. The Arledge Law Firm would like for you to know the truth. For instance, if you need a nursing home, Medicaid will take your home. That's not true. Another one is, if you transfer assets, you have to wait 60 months to qualify. Again, not true. And this big one, if you're already in a nursing home, it's too late to protect your assets. Not true, not true, not true. Call attorneys Gerald N. Willis, Kent Baldwin, or Martin Gerard at the Arledge Law Firm and get free consultation and learn the truth. It's more likely than you think that you may qualify for nursing home care and not lose everything you own. It's worth a call to Arledge Law Firm at 287-3338, located on East Court Street in Rutherfordton.
4 turnovers and 1 of 11 from the field for Carolina. Obviously not numbers the Heels enjoy.
Yeah, well, it upsets your rhythm a lot when you're putting those kind of turnovers on the ground. And look, you know, you mentioned it coming in. This is a good defensive team. This is one of the things that Josh Pastner is known for, is he flips the defenses. He goes from zone to man. He puts a lot of pressure on your ball handlers. And when they sag, it constricts, and you know that one of the real forms of offense when Carolina is at its best is going into the post. Garcia is not as skilled setting up in the post, really getting himself into great position. Baycott better at that, but when you've got guys sitting in your lap and on your back, it makes it much more difficult. We've had a couple of errant passes from the perimeter that should have been bounce passes. Instead, they were over the top. It's allowed Georgia Tech to poke the ball away. So I think just tightening up your performance, tightening up your cuts, tightening up your rotations, making sure that your timing is better will certainly help Carolina find a footing here as they run down the last 7 minutes of the first half.
Davis, Love, Black, Manick, Baycott, the 5 on the floor for Carolina as the inbounds goes to Howard. He'll hand off to Sturdivant, tries to drive against R.J. Davis, cut off, pump fake, get Davis in the air, and then Sturdivant able to finish off the glass.
Well, Sturdivant got way inside on everybody. Then there's not much size difference between he and Davis, but he really had the right place at the right time.
It's back to an 8-point lead for Tech. Manick going to get a clean look at 3. It's off the front iron. Leaky Black tips the rebound, but it goes to Sturdivant. Tar Heels certainly will take that shot every time. Manick just couldn't get it to go. Sturdivant drives to the ACC logo. Nothing doing there, so he sends it out to Devoe. Jackets by 8. They've led by as many as 9. Carolina feels like a long time ago, led by 8 in this one. Devoe try to step back 3. Black closed in on him. They collided. Devoe threw his head back, and Ted Valentine calls the whistle, or blows the whistle, and the foul on Leaky Black is first. 4th on Carolina. 6:21 to go in the first half. Heels down 8.
There's an all-time confidence high for Devoe. He thinks everything's going in, and it has been for him thus far this season.
Inbounds to Howard. Tried to hand off to Sturdivant, couldn't do it. Now gives it to Jordan Usher. He's guarded one-on-one by Manick. He's going to try and take him. Drives in, flips it up off the back iron, no. And Baycott, good box out on Howard to get the rebound. Love, long pitch ahead to Manick, comes down with it and scores. Good look by Love. Manick had his hand up. He knew he was open, and Caleb found him. 25-19, Heels down 6. Sturdivant between the circles for Georgia Tech. Crosses over to his left hand, dribbles to the left wing, now flips it back to the basket. Howard, high post. Baycott closes in on him. Couple of dribbles from the Georgia transfer. Hands off on the right sideline to Sturdivant. Behind the back dribble. Pitches in the corner to Usher. Pump fake, drives in, and able to go up and under for 2.
Baycott was supposed to seal that baseline, and he didn't come off of Howard on the post quickly enough, and that's how Usher got around him, and then he just was an up and under layup, uncontested.
Baycott muscles in left side and banks it home. Baycott with 6. Jackets shooting 58% from the floor, and they're up 27-21. Devoe Coleman, the freshman who hit a couple of big threes early, drives in and then sends it out to Devoe. To Howard, high post. Howard checked by Baycott, hands back off to Devoe. Devoe pump fake, got up on his tiptoes. And a foul called on Carolina is going to be called on Leaky Black, and that's his second. Boy, the Tar Heels were asking for a travel on Devoe and didn't get that, and even worse, got the second foul on Black. So he'll have to go to the bench, and Anthony Harris will check in. So likely Harris going to try his hand at defending Devoe, the nation's leading scorer. 4:54 to go first half. Heels once up 8, down 6, 27-21. Devoe Coleman to Usher, the super senior. Top left, passes top right to Sturdivant. Back to the freshman Coleman, center jump circle, guarded by Love. Gets some space, drives in, misses the shot, rebound. R.J. Davis comes out of there with it, and a whistle blows against the Jackets. It's on Usher as he banged into Davis after the rebound. First on Usher, fifth on Tech. Carolina will inbound it, down 6. 4:34 to go first half. Davis, Love, Harris, Manick, Baycott. Baycott, high post, outside the arc, passes back left side to R.J. Davis. Trying to go down low to Baycott, and Khalid Moore, who's been putting on his best WWE wrestling show down low defensively, finally gets called for a foul, his first. 6th on Georgia Tech. Moore has been battling for space with Garcia, Manick, and Baycott in the post. Inbounds goes to Baycott with Moore. Backing in, double team comes. Baycott able to gather himself, keep possession, send it out to Love. 12 on the shot clock as Love attacks left baseline. Passes right corner to Anthony Harris. Drives in, bounce pass to Manick, and a jump ball as Manick was tied up by Devoe Coleman. Possession error to Carolina. That's the third jump ball in this first half. 6 seconds on the shot clock. 4:08 on the first half game clock. Heels down 6. That pass was low and with some heat from Harris to Manick. Remember, just 6 on the shot clock as Carolina inbounds it right corner to Baycott. Up the sideline to Manick. Now to a cutting Davis. His 3 didn't hit anything. And it could have been a shot clock violation, but the errant shot fell right into the hands of Devoe. Devoe worked right by Anthony Harris and lays it in. Back to an 8-point lead. Jackets shooting 55%. Carolina shooting 38%. Harris, guarded by Devoe. 2 number 0s going at it. Now to Manick. He wanted to float it in the post to Baycott, couldn't do it. Sends it to Love. Dribbles to the left corner and knocks in the long 2. Caleb Love has hit a couple of long jumpers. That one's worth 2 points to make it 29-23. Heels down 6.
But it had been a while since Love had been in a position to score.
Yep. He hit those 2 threes early that helped Carolina build an early advantage. They've been quiet since. Can Carolina get a stop here? Moore drives hard against Manick. Hangs in the air. No good. Baycott, great box out of Usher. Gets the rebound. He'll hand it to Davis. Heels look to push. Davis crossover. Takes heavy contact. Flips it in and draws the foul. Davis with the chance for 3. It'll come after this timeout. 29-25. R.J. Davis pushing it. Draws the foul on Kyle Sturdivant, his second. And he'll have a chance for the 3-point play after this timeout. So it's been a little shaky, but the Heels still right in this thing. 29-25 Jackets with 3:04 to go in the first half. It's Tar Heel basketball from Learfield.
And we're back with breaking news. The new Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. With an improved taste and 0 calories, the new Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan. So make sure you... Jim. Jim. We're on the air.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first.
This is the Tar Heel Sports Network from Learfield.
At Smith Drugs of Forest City, we are continue to offer the COVID-19 rapid testing and the COVID-19 vaccinations. Please call our pharmacy at 828-245-4591 with any questions or concerns that you may have. You may also visit our website at smithsdrugsfc.com and schedule your COVID rapid 19 test or your vaccination. Again, if you have any questions, please call our pharmacy at 828-245-4591.
It's that time again, time to get the flu vaccines. And Smith's Drugs in Forest City has the flu vaccinations available. Walk-ins Monday through Friday and Saturdays by appointment. And Smith's Drug is asking all their Dream Station and System 1 CPAP customers to call if you need any help with registering your recalled devices. Just call the Home Medical Department for any help or with questions at 828-245-4591. And Smith's Drugs has the Moderna and Pfizer initial shots and the boosters. They also have the flu vaccines, and November is Diabetes Month. Get 10% off diabetic socks for the month of November at Smith's Drugs of Forest City.
9:25 Tech. Carolina led by 8 early. Then Georgia Tech went on a 13-0 run. At one point, the Jackets hit 5 consecutive three-pointers that helped flip the game into their favor. Tar Heels have steadied some since then, been down by as many as 9. Currently within 4 with the free throw on the way. Some stats so far presented by the Campaign for Carolina. Tar Heels 10 of 23, that's 43.5%. 3 of 8 from 3, 2 of 2 at the free throw line. Tech is 12 of 22, that's 54.5%, including 5 of 6 from 3. They have not shot a free throw yet. Rebounds, Carolina had a big advantage early. It has evened up 12-11. Tar Heels with the slight advantage there. Turnovers, neither team going to be happy with that number. They each have 7, and the other teams have scored off of them. Tech has 9 points off the 7 Carolina turnovers. Tar Heels have 8 points off Tech's 7 miscues thus far. Jones and Eric here courtside with you. Davis going to the line for the free throw.
Jones on offense for Georgia Tech. One of the things they're doing is a tight weave that is very, very it's inside the three-point line. What happens with that is by the time you get in front of that man who's coming off that weave, he's inside to the foul line, and then it's just another dribble or two, and they're getting in so tight that their shots are not that difficult. So you're going to try and push up. Carolina's tried to be there. They've been in the right place. They just have got to be a little more intentional about slowing that drive.
Davis got the roll on the free throw, back iron, backboard, and in. So 29-26, Tech now working in the half court. Khalid Moore has already matched his season high with 8 points. Picks up his dribble at the right elbow. Shot clock under 10. Baycott is closed up on Moore. Eventually Moore spins and shoots. No good. Long rebound goes to Baycott. Tar Heel bench wanted a 5-second violation, which still does occur as long as you're not dribbling, but ended up being a missed shot as it is. Love, left-handed dribble, gets to the top of the key, whips it over to Davis. Pump fake for 3, drives to the baseline, nothing there, sends it out to Baycott. His long 2, no good. He was a couple steps inside the arc, right wing, but it was not close. And a hand check foul on the other side. Anthony Harris got his hands too involved guarding Devoe. His first one on Harris. 6th on Carolina. So next one will put the Jackets in the 1-1. 29-26, Heels down 3. Georgia Tech with the basketball. Davon Smith bounces in the post to Devoe, trying to back in against Anthony Harris. Double team comes, so he sends it out to Davon Smith. His straight-on jumper, no good. Front iron, backboard and off. Another good box out by Baycott, who's done a great job cleaning the glass today for the Tar Heels. He has 9 rebounds. Baycott tries to finish with points on the other side, and he's fouled. He'll have a couple free throws. Foul was on Rodney Howard, his second. And Baycott will have 2 free throws. So Baycott already for Carolina 6 points and 9 boards in 16 minutes.
Carolina's done a lot better when they're off of a miss. They're able to push it down. Georgia Tech's not able to get inside and set up their defense. The little crowd you hear behind is because Baycott missed his first free throw. He's got one more, recall, on that shot. He was fouled for a 2-shot penalty. But that's something that if you do it quickly, if you get it down quickly, you don't have to attack the basket, but what you do have to do is get the defense out of rhythm, and that's when Baycott was able to set up pretty quickly and receive that pass.
Second free throw good by Baycott. So he's now 8 of his last 10 at the line, and he gets the Heels within 2. Usher to Howard, right back to Usher. Hands off to Devoe. Good job by Anthony Harris closing in on him, but then Devoe able to get by him, pitch it in the corner for an open 3, which is no good by Sturdivant. Teams crash into one another going for the rebound, and it ends up bouncing off of Harris out of bounds. So Tech will have it. 93 seconds to play first half. Fresh 20 on the shot clock. Jackets up 29-27. Heels have trailed by as many as 9. Devoe misses a quick baseline jumper on the inbound. Heels the other direction. Davis sprints into the right corner. Now angles into the paint, bounces to Harris left side. Gets it down low to Baycott. Good position against Howard. Pivots, pumps, has to send it out to Davis. 17 on the shot clock. Davis through heavy traffic, scoops it up and in. R.J. Davis takes the contact and ties the game.
That was really a nice move by R.J., who took that contact, you're right, put the ball way out in front of him and was able to control it and keep it out in front of the defender. Just a superb move to the basket by Davis.
8-0 Tar Heel run has tied the game. Under a minute to go first half. 29-29. Usher drives hard. Spinning after he was cut off by Manick, and then hits a little fall away. Tough shot by Usher to give the Jackets the 2-point advantage. About a 10-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Heels down 2. Davis drives to the left baseline, stop there, has to send it out to Harris. Now to Caleb Love, middle of the floor. Bounces in the post to Manick. Manick drives, tried to get it to Baycott, tipped away, ends up to R.J. Davis though. To Anthony Harris, runner, back iron, up in the air and through the net. And Georgia Tech will take a timeout with 17 seconds to go in the first half. Anthony Harris' first bucket has knotted things up at 31. Carolina's made 4 of its last 5 shots. Once down 9. Tar Heels have tied this thing right before halftime. The Wells Fargo halftime report coming up. Dave will keep you up to date on all the bowl information, plus scores, NFL Sunday, of course. Keep you up to date on the stats of this one as well. Tar Heels have raised that shooting percentage to 46%. Tech, which was above 50 for a majority of this half, is now down to 48%. Though still shooting well from 3 on the strength of those 5 consecutive makes earlier. Tech 5 of 7 from 3. Carolina's 3 of 8. Justin McCoy has come in for the first time for Carolina. It'll be Davis, Love, Harris, McCoy, and Baycott, the 5 on the floor for the Heels for this final 17 seconds. Devoe gets the entry pass. He'll walk it front side. Breaks into a light jog as he comes across the center jump circle. He'll stop as he comes front side, looking at the clock. Guarded by Anthony Harris, one-on-one. Devoe tries to drive. He steps back to get Harris on his backside. Misses the triple, though. And R.J. Davis brought in the rebound. Fired it from 3/4 court, no good. And that will be the end of the first half. Well, I tell you, Devoe took a long time to try and Randolph Childress it and stared at Anthony Harris after Harris hit the floor. And Sean May is having a heavy conversation with referee Jeffrey Anderson. They wanted an offensive foul on Devoe for using the forearm on that final sequence. Ended up being no blood on the play as Devoe missed the shot. We'll go to halftime all knotted up. It is the second time this year that Tech has been tied at the break. First time this season that Carolina has been tied through 20 minutes. 31-31 through the first half in Atlanta from Learfield.
On the inside, a Honda is comfortable, technologically advanced, and loaded with next-gen features. But on the outside, a Honda is fuel-efficient, powerful, and stylish. Like the versatile HR-V, the 8-passenger Pilot, or a turbocharged Civic. No matter what kind of car you need, Honda has it. Because inside and outside, a Honda is the total package. Hurry, they're selling fast. Now at your Honda dealer of the Carolinas.
On Saturdays, your team needs you. Your sofa needs you. And you need a Jersey Mike's sub. Get it all with free Saturday delivery when you order through the Jersey Mike's app. Jersey Mike's, a sub above. This Saturday, while you watch the game at home, we're watching the grill at Jersey Mike's. Order through the Jersey Mike's app for free delivery on Saturdays. Unless you're going to miss hearing this. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
This is Carolina basketball from Learfield.
Hey, psst. Yeah, you. You want to buy some low-priced groceries? Just follow me into this well-lit Lidl grocery store. Here at Lidl, we buy in bulk and cut down on costs wherever possible. Then we pass the savings on to you. Trust me, everything's done totally legit and above board. Nothing to be worried about. Yep, Lidl's pretty great. It's just your run-of-the-mill grocery store, except with way lower prices. Lidl. Suspiciously low-priced groceries.
Window World, America's largest exterior remodeler and a proud partner of UNC, provides exceptional quality windows, siding, doors, and more. They're headquartered right here in North Carolina.
Carolina and Georgia Tech tied at 31. This is the Wells Fargo halftime show. We've got an update on stats. We've got highlights and a busy North Carolina Farm Bureau scoreboard helping you as what they do best. And while the Tar Heels and Jackets basketball action today, UCLA, ranked number 5 in the country, was supposed to play Washington. The Huskies had to forfeit, so UCLA gets the W. The only other top 25 matchup today in basketball sees number 11 Arizona at Oregon State. Those two teams should be tipping off here at the top of the hour. Pro football news. The Carolina Panthers have fired offensive coordinator Joe Brady after a 5-7 start. The Panthers are off this week, but there are plenty of other teams on the field right now. Under 3 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. The Buccaneers with the ball up 10 on the Falcons, 27-17. The Cardinals coasting over the Bears, 33-14 with 4:16 to go in quarter number 4. The Chargers up on the Bengals, 38-22, still early on in the fourth quarter in that matchup. A little tighter in Detroit with the Lions leading the Vikings, 23-21. Just about 5.5 minutes to play in that matchup. The Dolphins have a 17-9 advantage on the Giants at the 2-minute warning. The Eagles lead the Jets 33-18 with 6 and change to play in the fourth quarter. Just under 2 minutes to play from Houston. The Texans not looking good. Down 31-0 to the Colts. That's all of the 1 o'clock activity in the NFL. The 4 o'clock games should be getting started in the next 15 to 20 minutes. The Tar Heels and Jackets off to a fast start in Atlanta. The Tar Heels and Georgia Tech tied at 31. We're back with highlights and more after this from Learfield.
Catches it, the spin move, drop step to the baseline. Two-handed jam. Steps back for 3. Nailed it from way downtown. Drives the lane. Kaboom! Count it! And gets the foul. Are you kidding me?
Keep the excitement of game day going in a Nissan with game-changing tech that makes every drive as exciting as a game-winning buzzer beater. Get to Nissan, proud partner of Carolina Athletics.
Carolina is a great university because of its students. That's why the university set a goal to raise $1 billion for student support in the Campaign for Carolina. Thanks to generous donors, Carolina has raised more than 75% of that goal. There is only 1 year left to show the world that Tar Heels can accomplish bold goals together. Support scholarships at Carolina today by making a gift of your moment.
This is the Tar Heel Sports Network from Learfield.
You know, there is a lot of misleading information about college law for.
We are at the half. Dave Nathan with you from our Tar Heel Sports Network studios as we get you those ultimate. Meanwhile, Georgia Tech, through the middle portion of the first half, took control, took a lead, but Brady Manick, he helped keep the game. And those are your ultimate halftime highlights with Carolina and Georgia Tech tied at 31 at the break. We'll break and come back with a look at stats. This is Carolina basketball from Learfield.
Cooperatives recognize the best classroom projects and the teachers who create them through the Bright Ideas Education Grant Program. These grants provide funding for creative projects in grades K through 12.
Congratulations to Bright Ideas grant winner Tanya Novakowski of Rose Hill Magnolia Elementary School in Rose Hill. Her project, Farming with Worms, is sponsored by 4 County Electric Membership Cooperation based in Burgos.
If you're a teacher with a bright idea, visit ncbrightideas.com.
Harris Teeter is partnered with UNC, NC State, Wake Forest, and Duke to bring you the Big Four Grocery Assist Sweepstakes. Each week a contestant is chosen, and they win $5 in free groceries for every assist by a Big Four school that week. Plus, one grand prize winner will be selected for the Big